Hello, and welcome to Inkwell Society, where our goofy zeros try and do as much as they can to throw me off my game right before we start our game. Before we get there, let's hit some announcements.
Announcements? So, to announce things, we want to cover the fact that World Anvil is one of our sponsors. They have really, really cool campaign tools online.
I'm using it right now.
WorldAnvil.com. You can get all kinds of maps and notes, and you can put a timeline together for all of your campaign needs. And then you've got the Rook and the Raven, who's also one of our sponsors, who make really cool campaign diaries, where you special leather crafted covers and all kinds of cool things, so you can actually keep track of your characters' things. So you can tell your DM when they forget to take notes what they actually told you last week.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Wormwood. Wormwood makes these great dice trays and dice holders and even dice towers for us. And we even have a special Maze Arcana one.
It's the 6.
You can get those over at wormwood.com. Oh, and by the way, Rook and the Raven is therookandtheraven.com. You also can still contribute to Extra Life, because we're still collecting money for that. I think Chris Lindsay's almost close to another reward tier.
The double the PHB plus 2.
Oh.
Yeah,
So-
for AL. It's pretty intense.
You can go give people some Extra Life rewards if you want to help them unlock some things. You can find that at the Extra Life website. Campaign Coins is still doing their cool things with the coins. You can get all the different coins for your characters, so you don't have to just write down notes on the paper and throw it at somebody. You can actually, and not hard. Don't throw them hard. You can get those at campaigncoins.com. Of course, Idle Champions, you can find on Steam. This is the last week you can get Vlanya, so you better go get her now. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to wait till Satine does something else really cool and have to put her back in the shop.
She's so cool.
She is.
She has on PG.
Of our great cat dungeon master,
Muster.
Dungeon Meowster. That, of course, you've also got a great podcast you can get every other week called Life Action Roleplay, which Kai is on and our friend Ryan's on, and all these great stories about LARPing, which covers, I think, Kai, your new LARP that you started up.
Yeah, it covers a lot of LARP, but also just a lot of core ideas of like role-playing and
Subsuming yourself, you're making it breathe. And
immersing yourself and really buying into how you play.
does it cover any like the costuming effects and how to make things
We
yet?
do talk about costume, but primarily we do talk a lot about the role-playing.
Cool. And of course, Sirens. Sirens every Tuesday.
That's
You could have
right.
seen them last night. They were so big they barely fit at the table. How many people did you have? 7?
Yeah, we had to sit Viv next to me.
Oh, so she was sitting in the DM chair?
No,
Oh,
she's next to the damn chair.
okay. But yeah, go catch them every Tuesday at 7 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/DND. Of course, if you like all the people who you see on our channels, you can also make fan art of them. And if you do good fan art, you should send it to Satine so she can look at it and go, this is really cool. And in fact, I think we're having a competition where we choose the best one.
Yeah, we'll do. We're doing that for Inkwell
Yeah.
specifically, and we have a very nice prize, which I did not bring with me today.
Dope.
You can send that to dndfanart@wizards.com.
Nice.
And we're going to go through them and pick out maybe our top 3 or top 5, and then we'll throw up a poll and let you decide which, maybe 4, because I think Twitter does 4 pictures.
Round numbers better?
Well, I think it does 4 pictures in one
Oh.
post.
Do we have a deadline?
I needed to discuss that with you specifically, but I would say that before you guys hit level 3,
So we got a lot of time.
Never.
probably.
A lot of time.
I mean, I'm intending
Forever.
At least as we're not 0 levels anymore.
so maybe by the time second level. I don't know.
But anyway, those are the fun things. Of course, you can always go play with all your own character stuff on D&D Beyond because we love them. And welcome to Inkwell.
Inkwell! We're really swell. Well, society. Dun, 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 Nick made up this song.
Thank you, Nick.
All right. And with that, are you ready?
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Yeah, definitely.
Sure. All right. So, our recap from last week, there was a young lady that you had saved the week before, which in game time was minutes before. And then set fire to a building.
Made a unicorn.
We saw people set fire to a building.
You were around when people set fire. People, man.
We are going to start that torch safety business. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I like it.
Pour the eternal lanterns for the poor.
Exactly.
That's what you're gonna. Okay. So we had that. We discovered there was another little girl who was on the 3rd floor, staring mesmerized out of one of the building windows. Shrugging like you don't know. We discovered that that building was actually one of the movement places or storehouses for Dream Lily.
Freaking warehouse.
That I'm the kingpin of.
Had crates and crates
Allegedly.
and crates all over the place. I'm surprised they didn't just explode to start with.
And then there was a new type of Dream Lily that you found.
Green lily.
It appears to be green. And the little girls had something branded on them and had certain indications, I guess, on their apparel. Clues. Embroidery. That works.
What's said in
Mm-hmm.
the notes that I took?
That's very good. What do your notes say that the embroidery was?
Small embroidery. One of the embroidered words is Starry Eyes Orphanage, and the other one on the other girl says Brass Moon Orphanage.
So we've got 2 orphanages. We also have 2 scars, one in the shape of a right angle and the other one in a straight line.
Sort of a brand.
Look kind of like a brand on their feet, somewhere like on the ball or the heel.
Oh, that's a hardy.
There's a different
It's pretty much on the bottom.
They are,
of the
but
ball.
pretty much on the bottom, on the pad. Not the la pad. I know you were.
On the other
We were
foot, it
going
says-
there.
On the other foot, it says Made in Ebron.
Will now.
Or Breland, one of the other.
Or Braylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, terribly, it could be like in the Principalities or something like that.
Maiden charm.
The other... Oh, you even have the pad on it. We had one gentleman go from a 0 to a 1, tearing...
Let's say hero.
a hero now.
He's not a gentleman?
I mean, he's been rolling straight 20s since.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He has
I mean,
been pretty much raged and
It did
crit.
save a girl from a burning building.
If you're gonna roll zeros for all your 0 levels, you might as well get 20s for all your first, right?
We call that peaking.
Oh. No pun needed. And then you tore off the collar that you had, which everybody knew you had, but nobody knows why you have it. And what else? The last thing that you all recall from the evening was being hit by a storm warden vehicle, getting the little girls upstairs, seeing that they fell asleep. Then one woke up, restrained,
That was me.
and asked if you were the mommy.
Nope.
And then Felix, who had succumbed to a small dosage of the green Dream Lily, woke up, engorged himself on the expired goods in Grizz's cupboard,
That's so cool.
and then pass out again. Remind me, because I think that I missed this part. Did the little girls wake up and do the same thing, or just the
Yeah,
one?
One girl.
The one did.
Yeah.
The other one's still out. Okay, so. I want different music.
No, yeah, the one that was tied up was just asleep when we woke her up, and then she went to normal sleep.
Oh, that's right.
And the one who was up on the 3rd floor was affected by the green mist, and then she ate herself into a sleep coma. Like everyone's going to do tomorrow in the United States, all the food for Thanksgiving is to eat yourself into a sleep coma.
Yeah, you turkeys.
Turkey gobble gobble. Gobble gobble. I rolled 20.
Good way to start. All right.
I fed all the food.
To set the scene, from above, we see more Sharn Watch sky coaches approach from the north and circle around toward the burning building on the south side of the Wicket Lawn. A few hours later, the alternating neon lights battle for prominence against the wild dance of fire. Finally, gaining dominance, the Storm Wardens calm the fire, and as they get settled, the revolving red and blue lights dart silently over the windowsill. That is not the appropriate dancing,
Swing it.
right? And spill out over the floor in Grizz's apartment. The two girls lay passed out on the bed. Rose and Grizz watch as Lossian checks over them for what seems like the 1000th time. Across the room, Felix leans limp against the bottom cabinets, his mouth agape. Drool streams along the shabby wood and down to the floor. He snorts. His cheeks twitch. He seems lost in a dream. Yeah, that's right. I got something for you.
I would do something during the night of watching these girls if I get a chance.
Not yet.
Just let me know.
Standing on a railless catwalk, Lossian watches as a ghastly skeletal hand display in front of him. Another apprentice scratches her quill at a clipboard, unaware of his presence. Each exhalation gets heavier and heavier as the hand drifts towards her in slow motion. Alerted by his breathing, she begins to turn towards him, confusion registering on her face. A fiery red-orange, molten metal hand, the size of a wheelbarrow, ascends from within the vat, slow as molasses, and it arches like a cobra strike, waiting below. The reflection of the molten figure dances in Felix's pupils as the skeletal hand continues to inch forward. Fear registers in the girl's eyes as one ethereal digit lifts, prods her chest, and forces her to teeter backwards. Her arms fight against time to correct her balance, but then it lurches forward like a viper, and molten tendrils have her. In a blink, the vat consumes her, and all Felix can do is jolt to his feet, drawing the eyes of all but Lossian and the passed out children.
Wipe my face. Where am I?
It looks as though you are in Grizz's moldy apartment.
Nope. Going straight for the door.
Okay.
I was gonna make you breakfast, but you ate all my best eggs, so...
As you reach the door, you can hear The steady cadence of thuds coming through the staircase landing.
You got. Oh, never mind.
As you open the door, you peer out to see what looks like the Sharn watch going from one door to the next. There's an urgent knock at the first apartment near the stairs, followed by some hushed whispers, and the door clacks closed. Are you still leaving?
I'm gonna poke my head back into. Is everyone else in Grizz's apartment right now?
Everybody present is present.
Sharon Watch is here.
I get to do something with the girls.
I'll be back in a minute.
What?
I'm gonna go to. Do I have to go downstairs or upstairs to my apartment? Or is
Your
it
apartment would be right across from Grizz's.
Okay, I'm gonna make my way to my apartment real quick.
Okay, so as you step out into the hallway, are you concerned about this Sharn watch?
Is it a balcony that I can see all the way down then, or I guess I'm not sure on the layout.
Sorry,
of the...
the landing.
Yes.
Steps.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The floor you're on.
Yep.
Guard or Sharn watch. First door for the other apartments. Yours are down probably about in the center.
Okay.
So they are on the floor.
Oh,
with
they're
you.
on my floor.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's how you saw them when you poked your head out of the door.
Gotcha. When you said the first door, I thought you meant they were at the bottom of the tower. Okay.
So I will let you retcon that if you want. We'll pick up with you standing
I'm
inside.
Gonna start to open the door, see the watch, turn on my heels. Sharon Watch is here. Turn, walk back into the apartment, or just don't leave the apartment, and I'm walking straight to the window.
Okay.
What time of day is it? Or night?
It's starting to be night.
Okay.
You have a stove in here?
You can put girls in the stove?
No, but if there's like charcoal, then we can put it in their hair so that they don't have the white hair. Gotta disguise them.
Why?
The Sharn Watch are probably gonna ask questions.
About what?
I don't know, they look suspicious.
They're girls. Why would it be suspicious to have people in an apartment?
Well, that is the thing. I don't know, this feels really weird.
What were you looking for when you went to the window?
I'm opening the window and having a look out, seeing how much of the potential, how safe it would be for me to potentially walk out of that window and scoot along the sides to try and get to my apartment on the other side.
You want to go all the way around
I'm
the tower?
considering it. I would just like to.
The rainy, slippery tower?
There's
know.
probably like
Hence one thing.
5 or 6 apartments on each side of the tower.
Sure.
There are, and they're in a pretty long straight line across. I'm gonna say that that's gonna be pretty exhausting, but you can go around the back side, and by that I mean the north side. You can attempt to make it from like windowsill to windowsill.
That's pretty much my only option, isn't it?
It appears at this time it pretty much is.
Okay.
And you and Grizz, both of your apartments are kind of in the center of the building, so you would have to go
Do
all
I
the way.
do I think the climbing gear that we got from the assassin that was trying to kill Grizz much earlier would be useful at this juncture?
If you had it on you,
Okay, fair.
or if you were in your apartment and could have access to it, it might be.
All right. Well, I checked the window. Look left. Look right. Close the window.
So when you look left and you can see down into the south, you can see that there are a lot of Sharn Watch.
All over the place.
Yeah, the coaches are all over the place. Their little lights are on, indicating a scene, and the Storm Watch has an additional wagon there to help control the rest of the blaze.
Those storm wardens have a lot of wagons.
Can you do that magic thingy? Make like a visible wall of something that you did in the library?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I could.
Great, you guys do that.
You
I'm
got,
gonna go
like-
distract them.
You got a deck of cards or something?
Yes.
You know that's not big enough to like cover the whole side of the room, right?
Can we put them in a corner?
Yeah,
No, I
could.
like we're playing a game of cards. I don't know.
that's a good idea.
You could.
Well, never
Do
mind.
the thing.
Fine.
And I'll go over there. I'll just protect them.
Maybe you
So-
should do the dog.
So where are you going?
Oh, I've been sitting with them.
Yeah, where are you going?
I'm just behind the wall with the girls.
Behind what wall?
The
I'm
invisible wall.
gonna magic a screen in the corner to cover them up, so that it looks like the standard corner without people in it.
So you're moving them from the
They're
bed.
No, we're
They're
still
in the bed, right?
Yeah,
And that's in, I'm assuming, not in the middle of the room. It's like in one of the corners.
it's not in a corner. It's against the back wall.
Yeah. Then move them wherever
So
they
then-
want to move them. I was told to make it in the corner.
I don't want to move them. We just want to put a wall in front of that corner.
It's not that big. It's only 5 foot by 10 foot. I can make it to the ceiling 5 foot long.
Throw the cards on
I
it.
take the girls and I go to the bathroom with them.
Okay.
Chris, your apartment. Open
I
the
need
door.
towels. And I scoop them up and I bring them to the bathroom and I look for towels. And
Why are we hiding them again?
Chris.
There's not so much towels as there are like
Right.
burlap kind of
It's
rags.
fine. I put their hair up, right? So that it doesn't look like they have the platinum hair.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check.
And I'll go open the.
5.
Okay. So you're gonna. So where are they now?
The bathroom.
They're in the bathroom with you. Okay. So you open the door.
Yeah.
Also, I take my clothes off.
You
Okay.
you what?
Yes, I go to the bathroom. I close the door. I take my clothes off.
So you've got the girls in there.
I put a towel on.
One's unconscious.
I'm preparing.
Okay. You open the door. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Hello? Sean Watch?
Yeah?
Yeah. I was told that there was some people that saw the fire break out across the street.
Well, I saw it from the window.
You saw it from the window?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, like
Which
our window
one?
has like a direct view of it, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, your window points.
Okay, hold on. I thought we were. Sorry.
Who's
It's okay. Your window points to the east. You would have to like lean out. So it's you could,
Okay.
but you would have to like lean like very far out to the left to be able to see the actual building that was there. And it may be almost it like you might have seen part of the blaze from where you're at.
So fire, that's what's going on. I was wondering what all the ruckus was.
who's at the door?
That's the Sean Watch.
Is it Turok?
Huh?
Oh, I guess not.
So you don't know anything about the fire?
Oh, now I know there is a fire.
Oh. What's your name?
I'm Grizz.
Pulls out a little pad, writes down Grizz. Do you have a last name?
Yeah, that's my last name. Grizz.
Oh, what's your first name?
Bray.
Ray Grizz. Okay. So we're looking for some little girls. You wouldn't know anything about that.
I haven't seen any.
Would your last name actually be Grizzlemane?
Yeah.
Folds up the thing, sticks in his back pocket. So, some people said that there were little girls that you carried in here.
Who said that?
He doesn't say, but his eyes dart towards the other end of the hall. And he kind of looks down at the floor and he goes, do you know, well, your building manager?
Yeah. I forget her name. What's her name?
Keisha.
Yeah, Keisha. Yeah.
Okay, so you do live here. You are Bray Grizzleman.
Yeah.
But you didn't bring little girls in here.
No.
Not even from the fire? You didn't save some girls?
No, I don't remember that. We was playing cards in here.
He looks over your shoulder. What does he see when he looks over the shoulder?
Oh, someone put cards on the table.
You didn't suggest that.
I did. I said it.
What game were you playing?
It was
Really, don't forget, I have.
I know.
Yeah.
he was teaching us a new game that he came up with. I'll let him tell you what the game was. He was explaining it just as you showed up.
So from behind Grizz, you see the guy lean in.
Officer?
Okay, so you turn to face him and he goes,
If it hasn't been removed yet, I actually have a crossbow bolt and bloody clothing. A crossbow bolt sticking out of my shoulder still.
It's a scary game.
How can we help you today?
Are you okay?
I didn't really overhear what you. It's an ongoing thing. What were you talking to this fine gentleman
I'm
about?
gonna go get you help. You stay right here.
Wonderful.
And he closes the door, from Grizz, grabs the door and starts to close it. And then, you can hear it click.
It doesn't click.
Clatter, if you will.
It goes thud.
Doesn't lock.
As he tries to pull it. And then, when it kind of reaches the point where it's not opening, even worse, right? He goes to close it and it...
Creeps up a little.
And he goes and pulls it again. Kind of jimmies it a little bit until it catches on the frame enough to hold. And then you hear, "Hey!" And then it's just quiet outside your door.
Okay.
What did you let me do the talking? I don't know.
We should turn them over to the authorities. They already know. There's no point in trying to hide this. You've been identified for it. I'm just going to go tell them that you're drunk. And I'm going to stand up and start walking my way to the doorway. Is it being knocked on?
Grizz.
That quick? I'm going to open the door.
Yeah, I'm just going to back away and let him...
Slap him away.
Alright, so you open the door.
Crossbow bolt.
And this time, you see an elf in plain clothes. She has a mithril tobacco pipe protruded, just hanging on her lip. The sleeves of her black blouse poof out of the end of a forest green half coat. There are muted silver filigree works all the way up towards the collar, which is flared. And then 2 scarlet morning star cluster braids hold a black bowler hat in place. She puffs on the end of the... She puffs on the pipe.
Is it plain silver?
The pipe?
Yes.
It's mithril.
Mithril silver. Is it
Mithril.
It's mithril. It's at the bowl of it is actually the...
What color is that?
Mithril is a blue silver, a light blue.
Gotcha. I was meaning more, is it plain or is it decorative? Decorated.
It's decorative.
Okay.
Hello. My friend, yes.
That's not Felix raising the hand. I'm just going to say that as I open the door, I'm going to step out and close the door behind me. Just to, I don't know. I'm just doing that. So
She doesn't move.
Oh, all right. Well, I will attempt to step out and then go, oh, right. Fine. Expensive tobacco?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, yes, you notice. You certainly notice. So, my friend says that you could use some help.
Yes.
And by the look of your shoulder,
I think I'm suffering from shock. Also, my friend was also suffering, or is also suffering from shock. You're looking for some people, yes?
mm-hmm.
2 young girls. We pulled them out from the fire. They're safe in the apartment behind me. If
Wonderful.
yes.
Why don't you show me in?
When we gonna handle me being injured?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Open the door, the door is still open, so I will step back and gesture for her to step in.
She steps in, motions towards a chair for you to sit in.
Do I think that chair will actually hold my weight?
Let's say what you're gonna say.
And just like I can stand
Mm-hmm.
or sit. I'll sit.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna sit on the floor because I don't trust the chair.
Okay, so how far back are you sitting? Like moving?
Next to it. I'm just gonna go over to it, like poke at the chair, see it wobble, and like I'm gonna sit on the floor.
Okay, so she steps in, grasps the door, closes it, then just leans back against it, kind of arches her back, kicks a foot up on it, and just smokes and scans, watching you all from underneath the bowler.
Like back against the wall, just like.
Are you with the constabulary?
Uh-huh.
Are introductions perhaps in order?
What's your name?
My name is Felix. It's nice to meet you. What's yours?
Felix what?
Vesser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And your friends?
Well, they are entirely capable of their own introductions. Actually, never mind about Grizz over there is not doing well with the shock of things.
Oh, yeah, shocked. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
It's, well, yeah, shocked. Where am I?
He's having a lot of trouble. He jumped out of the building.
And your elf friend? Do you speak Elvish? So she kind of like looks back and forth, and then she says, "Good evening. Do your friends also speak Elvish?"
I do not think they do, no.
Why do you have friends that don't speak Elvish?
They're very poorly educated. You could almost say backwoods.
One carries himself like a noble.
I think he is.
Does he think he is?
I think he hopes he is.
Hmm.
I think it's kind of interesting that they're not more bothered by the fact they can't understand us right now. I think.
Are you sure they can't understand us?
Not really, but I don't think so. This hasn't really come up before. I usually speak in common around them.
Hmm. She switches back to common and she says, "My name is Nathella. Dethroned." Is there anything else that you'd like to tell me before he arrives?
He? I mean, is there? I'm happy to. We're happy to answer any of your questions.
What happened?
The Lucian?
She kind of like looks from you.
What?
Well, you're so detail orientated. Maybe you could tell her some of what happened.
What happened about what?
Never mind. He's also suffering from shock. Wonderful.
She just bites down on the pipe. Give me insight checks. Anybody that is not in a bathroom. And you can actually make me a perception check.
Yeah, because I'm definitely listening at the door. Oh, nope.
What'd you get?
Oh, I rolled a 2 on the die.
A 2? So you're fussing with the girls inside the bathroom, the one girl who's awake. And you're trying to like do that, but also you can see that on her face, she's just like,
Hide in the bathtub. You make it in the bathtub. Hide in the bathtub.
she looks over at the bathtub,
Oh no.
which is brown. Most places. There's some amount of like white streaks that seem to be maybe the original finish. And there's a lot of hair.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It's safer there.
Just allergic to cats.
Oh.
And she like starts to climb into.
No. Just...
I might not be allergic to this.
I don't want to risk it.
She like steps back down and just stands there. You can see like the hair flopping out of the burlap situation.
Tuck it in. And then if somebody opens the door, I'm gonna punch him.
Okay, you ready in action to punch somebody coming out. And back inside the room, what did you guys roll on your...
I got a natural 20, so I got 22.
We got 19.
Okay. So the two of you recognize that when she bites down on the pipe, it's almost as if she's clenching her teeth and she just folds her arms tighter in front of her, waiting for one of you to say something possibly a little frustrated.
Just start sort of back against the wall, walking over to like the mess that's in the kitchen.
What did you want to know about?
Without even really unclenching her teeth, did you want to tell me anything that happened before somebody else gets here?
Happened about what? Like, what do you want to know about?
There were no interesting events that happened?
I mean, the fire across the street with all the people inside who ended up getting killed because they all fell asleep because there was a drug den and there was all the drugs floating up in the air because they fell asleep and they started burning down the place and they all started dying. So we saw people who were dying and some people got rescued because they were in there going to die, so we didn't let them die. And then, of course, the storm warden showed up and they put the fire out, or they were trying to put the fire out while people were getting hurt, and we ran.
Yeah, we were playing this game and he lost, clearly.
What?
And then, of course, there's the little girls who got saved because they didn't want to have to get hurt. And so, yeah?
So
Is that what you wanted to know? Or did you want to know about before? Like, before everything existed, there were 3 dragon spirits. And one was called Eberron, and one was called...
in Elvish, she just says silence.
Okay.
Sit down. Where do you go sit?
Wherever I'm standing.
So you just like flopped out on the floor. Write a screed for brains. This is your last chance. And you can hear that her voice has changed a little bit. It was soft. And like there was an air of pleasantry that she started with.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure what you're asking for.
And then you hear a knock. That it sounds like almost like 2 fists at the same time. And she pops up off the door.
Mm-hmm.
She just says in Elven, I tried. And
I
she
tried
just
to help you.
slides over, letting the door go. And you see, let me pull up a almost 6 foot tall, fair-skinned man with broad shoulders, long arms, and a coil of gold chainmail that dangles down over a thick belly. He's wearing the uniform of a Master Inquisitive, although this one looks nicer than the one that questioned you, Felix. He's clean-shaven with a bald head, or he has a clean-shaven bald head that is bisected top to bottom by close-cropped hair lining the shape of his lower skull. And he has long mutton chops that give his round face the shape of a jaw. His eyebrows seem as if curated, almost into an arch from left to right, and he has almond-shaped blue eyes that look as if perhaps they are an ocean of questions. His heavy steps go bump, bump, bump as he enters. And you see 2 more guards follow in behind him. And he just kind of looks at you. He motions over his shoulders. Y'all can wait outside. And you see the 2 other Sharn Watch step outside. After a minute, he looks back over his shoulder at Nathella. Y'all too. You can see that she is like her features just kind of twist again in frustration, and then a thick cloud of that tart scented smoke just from the end of the mithril bowl. She turns on a heel and exits the room, grabbing the door and slamming it with a harumph. It goes. She grabs it again. She grabs it a 3rd time, yanks it closed. You hear the slam. It clatters against the frame. And then you hear what sounds like the scraping of wood and metal down onto the handle.
Really gonna fix that door.
Is this the same guy that we saw take the girl? Yeah,
Tawny.
that's yeah. Okay.
He folds his hands for a moment, looking at the two sitting on the floor. And then, Grizz, you said you were moving over towards the cabinets.
I was kind of using my foot to like, you know, sort of clean. Like I have like a dirty rag and like a glass, and I'm just.
And then he sets his hands on the front of his belly. So, y'all look pretty rough. What happened?
With the fire?
And the thing in your shoulder, and this idiot with the glass, and the thing on your face.
What? I'm gonna touch my face and
There's a little bit of a smear that comes off on your hands. It doesn't quite look like grease. And Grizz starts cracking up across the room.
It's more of like a.
I'm gonna just step up, give a kind of like, one moment please, kind of gesture, stomp to Grizz and snatch the rag out of his hands and look at it. Look at how dirty the rag is first. And if it's actually moderately clean, then I will try and scrub my face. If not, I'm going to try and find something that is clean and try and scrub my face.
How clean is it?
No, it's not very clean. In fact, I'm not sure if it's a rag or my underwear.
There are 3 holes in this. Oh god, recoil. Ooh.
No, you won't use that.
Don't know whether I should call you a barbarian or an animal, and I think both are right.
I'm in my own apartment.
So I clean up my face on something that is not his underwear.
You have your jacket.
I mean, if it's wait, I'm not wearing my nicer clothes. I'm wearing more simple clothes. So I'll find an area of my clothing that is not blood stained, since I got shot several times.
Mm-hmm.
And try and rub and clean my face up. So, we were with Officer. Beira, thank you.
Beira what?
Actually, her name is really escaping me right moment. I'm sorry,
I'm sure you're in shock or something
Yes.
from that thing in your shoulder. He walks over to you and he prods it.
Can I lean away?
You
If
can
it looks like
recoil
he's
for
actually
sure.
going to touch it and like,
He kind of like looks at you.
yeah, it's in there.
And then he pokes it. Yeah, you know that's in there.
The elf said she was gonna come help me and get that out, but
I'm not sure how much help you'd want with her. From her. Extracting bolts and such.
for any minute that's gonna hurt way more.
Take that out?
Why did you wait this long to suggest that?
This is very amusing. I think I can stomach some more of this, please. Let's watch.
Okay.
In the meantime, Fuzzy, y'all know anything about some little girls?
Sure.
Yeah. Just find something else and start cleaning.
With his underwear.
You pick up your underwear off the ground.
Yeah. Put that glass down. And I'm just making the glasses dirtier.
Oh.
I do find it interesting that you even have glassware. Are you going over to? Are you getting up? Okay, so you get up off the ground and you walk over.
Walk over and I do.
What are you doing?
I'm using medicine to
I know.
pop it out.
Tell me what you're gonna do.
Extract it and quickly push the wound closed. If there's any kind of tear that looks like it's going to require more, I'll suture it if I have to. But if it just looks like it's more of a surface level flesh wound, just kind of like stick it together to let it heal, kind of like a butterfly bandage.
Okay, roll me a medicine check.
I got a 24.
Okay. So it looks as though it narrowly missed the joint. You won't have any permanent damage. When you rip it out, it does hurt. Make me a Constitution save.
I'll just scream.
I'm gonna take it on the count of 3. One. I'm gonna pull it on the count of 3. 1.
I did get a 19 on the Constitution save there.
You grit your teeth, and you kind of like look at it as you're wincing, but no blood comes out.
Great. Still gonna scream. Yeah!
Oh, not my ear, thank you. Just, ow.
He does have some big ears.
Yeah. It's a big bolt.
What?
The bolt that came out. Never mind.
So, I'm getting some conflicting stories here. I was under the impression there were at least one, possibly 2 little girls in here. Yet I don't see any.
I don't see any either.
Yep, don't smell it either.
Well, we did help them, but they seemed pretty lucid, and they kind of took off after we helped them.
Uh-huh. Mr. Thrani, did you say that they were, did you hear that they were in here? Yes. Now, I could allow my colleagues to come in and to search the premises. As a Chief Master Inquisitive of the lower levels here, I don't need a warrant. Especially in the name of good. But you could just help me out a little.
What was your name?
My name?
Yeah.
I am Chief Master Inquisitive Hawk.
Hello, Chief Master Inquisitive Hart.
Hi, again. So, what'll it be?
Oh, those girls.
I wonder if he knows Lady Hart.
Yes, they're getting cleaned up right now.
In here? Interesting. So then, and he just kind of like leans, and there's only one door that he sees in the whole rest of the apartment. Inside the restroom, you hear the creak of the floorboards as he comes over to the door. Roll me a perception check to see if you heard any of this.
Nope.
Okay.
If he's walking towards the door, I'll say they're probably not decent at the moment.
Yes, I would always knock first. I don't like that you implied otherwise.
I wasn't trying to imply anything. I was just trying to listen.
Hello? Well, if there's nobody in there, I suppose I'll just let myself into the wash closet. He starts to open it, and it's like, it like turns so it's not locked. And he goes to push it. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Rose has got good
really
strength.
high stat there.
Rose has got lots of strength.
Ooh,
Of
I
will.
rolled a 16, and that's a 15.
Okay. Well, he goes in, thump.
Yeah, it'll do that.
Is there anything wrong with this door that I should be aware of?
Probably,
What's
Yeah.
wrong?
So now he gives it another shove.
That's an 8.
He still can't get it open.
Shaking.
He like does it. He pushes it again and just lets go. Takes a step back. Tugs on his chainmail.
Would you like us to help with that? It might be.
Well,
stuck
I'm
or
not
something.
hearing anybody inside. I did give them an appropriate little opportunity. I think maybe I'll just bully my way in.
Oh, there's a trick. I'll show you. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a trick to this door, and you just have to do this right here.
Do I hear him say that?
I'm trying to.
I would say that you can probably hear on the other
See,
side.
I'll
of the door.
open this door right
Grace
here.
is
see?
okay. You're being manipulated.
I'm just gonna open this door with the trick. Hang on, you gotta fiddle it with it for a second.
I creak it open. Grace is
Oh, there it is. Yep, it's open.
It's okay. No, I am not wearing any clothes.
Oh, all right.
You said you put on a robe, right?
No, I tried to like put on a towel, but I've got 2 hands at this point.
Oh,
There's nothing,
okay.
It's not.
Whoops.
Poor little girl.
Grace, is it safe?
Sure. Yeah, yes. So, yeah, yep, she's not decent. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this.
Okay, give me 1 sec.
Did you have like a slip or anything, or you just
At
like?
this point, no.
Wow. Okay.
That's why I cracked the door.
Yeah. No. I was just trying to get an idea.
And I close it. I open it again, and I look out. I say, "Are you sure it's okay?"
Over his shoulder, you see the large guy behind him.
I'm just looking at her like this.
I put my clothes on, and then I creak the door open.
I move out of the way.
Miss,
Yes.
and you're actually about eye level because he's large, but
But I'm
he's
super tall.
yeah. Well, you're tall and he's 5'11".
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, Miss, are there any little girls in there?
Yes. Are you going to hurt them? Because I will give you one for the face if you're going to hurt them.
Do I look like the kind of man who's
I don't
gonna...
know. That's not the way you judge anyone by the way they look. I mean, look at him. He's great.
If he knows Lady Hart, maybe she can help.
Do you know Lady Hart?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Really?
And I try, give me 1 second, and I close it. Just be safe, okay? Just be right here. Don't say anything. But I'll come back for you. Is there a window in this bathroom?
Nope.
Good. Okay. I come out, close the door behind me. I'm very proud. I'm just. You have to. How do you know Lady Hart? What's the question? Who are you? Just walk in here.
I'm Chief Master Inquisitive Hart.
Oh.
So you tell me, how do you think I know Lady Hart?
She's your mom?
I don't think it works like that.
No?
Why did you ask the question?
What question?
Why am I asking this question
What question?
about the heart?
Do you want to just talk to me?
No, these are my friends. I don't know you.
He's in charge of investigating things for the Watch.
What are you gonna do with the girls?
Take them back to a safe place.
But you cannot take them back to where they came from.
He took Tawny
To
away.
the burned down, like the interior burned.
No, they're orphans. They're delicate.
He took
Well, they
Tawny.
would go back to an orphanage, but
No,
that would
no,
be
no.
after they
They're
are.
doing something to the girls.
Well, this would be after
No, you.
we. Miss? I find myself in a position here where I seem to be asking what I don't need to ask.
I do not care. I'm very protective of these little girls.
Do you know what manacles are?
I don't care.
You do.
I
you,
do
and
know
you
what they
will.
are.
You do care.
Come on, please.
If I need to,
But you don't have to.
if I need to, I can have my men, or even one of my ladies, come in here and help you find a place to rest.
That is a very crazy threat.
It's not a threat. You are clearly in shock like the rest of your compatriots. And I, a Sean Watch officer of the highest authority.
Well, maybe you should hear what we have to say.
Rose.
Hey, you give me a second. Why don't you listen to us?
Please, I came in ready to listen.
Well, you're being aggressive and you are threatening me with manacles.
He took Tawny away and took care of her.
But does he know about the orphans?
Yeah.
He is standing right here.
I see him.
Do you know about the orphans? The trouble with the orphans?
Probably a good deal more than you do.
He's been looking into it for a while.
Rose, let's try and help this nice man who's being awfully patient with
He's
us.
very polite and very patient.
Yes.
Just let me do one thing.
Put your clothes on?
I already did.
Oh, okay.
I open the door, and I leave the door open. And the girls, I had them sitting like next to the tub because I didn't want to put them in the tub. And I get down on my knees. Have you seen this man before? Have you seen that guy?
She starts to lean.
He says he's going to take you. I told him not to give you back to the orphanage.
You don't want me?
I
And one of the blonde pieces of hair just flops down in front of her eye.
move it out of her eye, and I tuck it back in, and I hold her face. They're going to put me in chains, so we have to do what they say, because they threatened me. So I will try to find you. I'm Rose. What is your name? I'll believe whatever you tell me.
I know. This is the one that was asleep, which means this is the one that you got that he put to sleep.
From down.
Right. Her name's Auntie.
The one with the L or the I?
That would be the
L.
one with the...
With the L.
Is it the L?
The one from the Starry Eyes orphanage.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know your friend's name?
Which...
I'm sorry, there's two of them, right? One
Yeah.
of them's awake, one of them's asleep.
Right.
Do you know her name?
She looks down at the other one.
We're going to try to find out, okay? But I have to give you to the watch. But at least you're safe there, and they're not going to hurt you.
Okay.
Yeah, you keep these. And I keep all sorts of stuff in here. I take out some roses, some of my origami roses.
Okay, they're all crumpled up and smushed against
That's okay, I'm very fast.
it. Okay.
And I say, you hold on to this. When it gets scary, you just hold on to it, okay?
Oh, okay.
They're going to ask you lots of questions. Just be very honest. The more information they know, the more help they can give.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I gonna see you again?
I hope so.
Okay.
Okay, come on.
She takes the rose and just holds it against her chest as you start to lead her out.
Okay, and I just walk back. Okay. But you gotta protect them. There's something bad going on.
And he just looks down at her. Hi, little girl. What's your name? Auntie? Oh, that's a sweet name. Do you know where you are? Do you know how far away you are from home? Would you like to go back? He doesn't really get like the response that he wants. He's like, would you like to be safe? Well, you can come with me, and I'll make sure that it happens. He stands back up and looks at you. He's like, there's a second, yes?
Yes, but she is not waking up.
Well, that's okay. They're little. We can carry them.
Okay, they're very delicate, and they've been branded.
He reaches out for her hand, and he just waits. She starts to put it. Well, you could be a lady in the court, couldn't you? She seems to well, come with me. He like walks her up to the door. Stand back. And he just kind of presses the door forward and it bump up. Actually, it just bump up. And then he knocks on it and you can hear the wood and metal slide back away. And then the door creaks open. And you see one of the Sharn Watch standing there with his spear. And this is Auntie. Please take care of her. Put her in my sky coach, okay? Yes, sir. And he takes a step back and he goes, oh, one moment. And then he turns back around and looks at you. Would you like to bring the other one to me, or shall I come in there to get her?
Maybe you can help. I'll go with you.
Okay.
Just to make sure he's not.
So he like walks up to the frame of the bathroom door, and he just kind of peeks his head in, very cautiously, as if maybe she is indisposed or something like that. The fella. You see the other elf walk in.
Hi, Phil.
She just ignores you. She leans in, looks up at him. If you would, please. She walks down in there, bends down, lifts the girl up, turns around, starts to walk back out, looks up at you and goes, shame. Which she says in Elvish.
Excuse.
And then she just continues to walk out.
I.
And he turns around and he goes, thank you so much for your
What was
help.
that? Why was she so rude?
What?
She said something rude to me in Elvish. I'm just trying to help the girls. I think she has an ulterior motive.
Miss.
Anyways, you should know that these kids have been drugged, or they've been poisoned.
Poison, you say? How was that?
Well, they were being like, ooh, and then they were sleeping, and then that one woke up and started eating everything. I think they've been poisoned.
He looks over. Nithella like kind of stops at the door when you start to like complain about her. She stops at the door and turns back to look. You can see that there's like some of the food that's like still like just kind of like across, like kind of crusted in on her chin now. And then he looks at that and he goes, that sounds familiar. Do you know anything else? And he starts to scan around the room. And where is that bag? That satchel?
Probably in my room.
Well, you had it here, and you hadn't gone to your room between here and then.
Figured I went to work and did other things, but okay. Then it's on me.
Okay.
Did we? You did go.
I thought I went to work
Yeah,
and
you
did other
went.
things, but okay.
He was there looking over the girls.
Then it's on me.
So you know nothing about how they got this way.
No, I don't know much about that. I just tried to take care of them.
What about the rest of you? Y'all know anything about it?
About what?
You, Mr. Medicine Man.
Mm-hmm.
Did you attend to these young ladies?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see anything peculiar?
Well, when they were being rescued, there was this weird green mist that seemed to have trancing them and other people who got exposed to it.
Coming from where?
There was this bag on the floor that had it coming out. I think it was part of the fire or it got broken or something. And then I think that some of it got dropped in the alley. If you want to go get some evidence, it's over in the alley.
We saw a lot of Dream Lily in the alley.
Yeah? I could have sworn there was some like green stuff over there too.
Green.
Yeah.
He turns and he just gives Nathala a nod. She turns back, starts to follow him out, and starts heading down the hall. And then the guard that has Auntie's hand starts to lead her. Come on, let's go. Out towards the side, and they disappear from the view.
So you're going to be able to put them in a good place?
We'll certainly make sure that they are taken care of and that they are safe. And then we'll get them back to the orphanage where they will hopefully be...
I think they're getting... there's something bad happening to them.
Both of them?
Yes.
From different orphanages?
Yes. We're taking care of them, and they both have branding on their feet, and they come from 2 different orphanages.
Well,
and there's a lot of kids running around. We've been seeing lots of kids.
You do know that sometimes some of the lower levels, specifically down in the cogs, will tend to mock some of their own.
Oh, I hate this place.
We don't know if they were abducted or if they ran away.
Indeed.
Or if the orphanage was doing it.
Yeah, we don't know that.
I don't know. Anything's possible down here.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the orphanage probably did not brand the girls on their feet.
You don't know.
But they may have
I
supplied.
am a chief master inquisitive.
There's a lot going on down
He
here.
does know Lady Hart, and she knows orphanages.
I do know Lady Hart.
How do you know her?
She's my sister, not as if it matters to you.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a wife.
No? That makes sense.
You're being very mysterious.
You know why? Because it's a question and I ask those.
I hear she's very nice.
Well, we are people, too.
Mm-hmm. Who answer questions for people like me. Oh,
You're
what was
not
that?
in charge of me.
Actually, he is.
We are telling you a lot of
Yes.
things.
He's actually
Why
is.
is he in charge of me?
Because he's the part of the watch that's in charge of investigating.
I'm in charge of your
I'm
safety, young lady.
Trying to help. I'm trying to tell you that there's a lot of bad things happening.
Mhm.
And maybe
What?
the things that we know could help.
Yes, it could if you answer my questions.
What
Instead of
question?
dancing around them.
I'm telling
instead
you
of-
everything I know.
He seems very nice.
Excuse me, I'm trying
Excuse
to tell
me,
you everything.
one more time.
Oh,
I'm in charge of your safety. Making sure that bad things do not happen in the bad parts of town is a very tiring job. And if somebody of my authority makes his way into a place like this, it is typically not by accident. And sometimes taking care of people in this situation might mean showing them the appropriate way to behave in such situations. Like when you were speaking to someone who was trying to help.
We appreciate that, Chief Master Inquisitor.
Well, thank you, sir. I think that glass is clean now.
I'm not too sure about that.
No.
go back in the bathroom. I slam the door.
She could be upset.
Mm-hmm. It's all right.
Do you have any further questions for us?
Do you have anything else to tell me?
There was one of the people in that place that got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And there's a couple of remains that will need to be autopsied, but
Yes.
Yes.
Our detective friend, was witnessed one of the girls being thrown around by a ruffian in the street. She told him to desist and step away. He refused colorfully several times, and then started to pull a crossbow pistol.
It did hurt you.
Yeah.
He assaulted you.
And then Beira, after due warning, made him into a facsimile of a unicorn.
That is a colorful way to look at it, and that does match what her report was.
She did make a point.
Was that funny?
I don't think so.
I believe that's referred to as elf gallows humor.
It's too bad Metallic left. She might have been able to explain it to me. Well, if there's nothing else... He turns around and starts to walk back out.
So we were helping Beira with the investigation. Do you still require our services or involvement? We kind of didn't get started on investigating things. We just kind of, you can see the proximity of our apartments to where that den was. We sort of stumbled onto that. I'm just wondering if Beira is planning on coming back, or if you would like us to continue looking into things.
Detective Eckhouse will likely need to do a debriefing, and then we'll see what happens from there. I will speak with the Master Inquisitive of Malion's Gate and see what happened and what sort of arrangement that you had under the detective. Is there anything else?
I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. However, I'm not really sure. There's a lot happened, and a lot of it's a blur. It's rather hard to kind of isolate specific things that I think you might be interested in. But if you have any particular questions, I'm more than happy to answer those.
There was one who ran away, who was in that building. It was a goblin.
All right, that helps. Do you have any descriptive marks or anything else?
No, it was hard to see with flames and the smoke and the screaming and running to try to save people. So not a lot of details.
All right.
But he was in there, so I would assume he was working with them.
Did you see any halflings?
Yes. The one that was dead at the door. And I think maybe the one that got arrested was a halfling, but I don't remember. Inside was some humans.
All right. Well, if y'all remember anything else, just go down to the station, file a report.
Okay.
He turns and starts to walk out. He makes it to the door.
Is that a T31 evidentiary addendum report?
The officers there will help you.
Oh, okay.
He leans forward to kind of grab the handle, starts to close it, and then stops and he goes, "Oh, and if you think of a reason why some of you would be present at almost every one of these little incidents involving a platinum-haired porcelain-skinned girl, that would be a wonderful thing to let us know so that we don't have to come back and keep looking for you."
Yeah.
And
First time
then
I
he
saw
just closes the door. and you can hear the heavy footsteps make their way down towards
No.
the end.
I don't think he believed you.
Burst the door open. What the? Why didn't you warn me? Nobody said anything. You just let me sit in there? And then he comes to the door.
How are we going to warn you?
You say, oh, yes, they're in the bathroom.
I think he was gonna kick it in if I didn't open it.
We did.
Yeah, oh, thank you, actually. Thank
Rose,
you for that.
Rose, we did. You just didn't hear us.
Why did he have to come?
Because he said he wanted to.
Because he's a Grand Inquisitor, they kind of get to do whatever they like. By the way, arguing with the city watch
Could have been
is a really bad idea.
dirty watch.
Inquisitors are different. He's an investigator.
Arguing with the city watch is a really bad idea, Rose.
I was testing him to see how dirty he was.
So, as a word of advice, I have seen some watchmen, for half the amount of sass that you gave him, knock someone's teeth out.
And that is why I hate being down here.
I don't.
Nobody
like
would treat me like that if I was home. But no, I have to be down here in this
Rose.
poop place.
He was nice to me.
What I'm saying is, you should be cautious, as we all should be, about giving lip to people who can quite literally throw the book at us in regards to breaking laws and lock us away for good.
Over arguing?
Yes,
I gotta get out.
absolutely. This isn't exactly a fair system. It's, if they're, honestly, I'm surprised they're not trying to charge us with something. If
You
anything,
could.
I've done
Shut-
nothing wrong. I am completely clean and innocent. However, nevertheless, I'm surprised someone has not decided to try and stick things on us. In fact, the Grand Inquisitive of the other district tried to do that on me. The fact that this guy is not doing that, I don't know.
It's like nobody really says anything. I don't really know what's happening.
And to be fair, I don't either.
What
Lawson,
do you got?
do you have any
Lawson?
ideas?
I think you do.
Well, I think those people who were bringing in all the drugs, who ended up dying across the street, who were dealing the drugs, were using the kids in order to take the kids and kill the people who were doing the other things.
Lawson.
So it seems like when Latch and the others in the organization were actually trying to rescue the kids and take away their ability to deliver the drugs, that they decided they wanted to take them out so they didn't get in the way of their business. So that's why they're actually going to the effects in order to kill these people who were in the
Lawson, how do you think? Well, now that place across the street has gone, that was clearly making all of those substances.
No,
Well, I mean, it just
there was no
burned up.
manufacturing materials there.
All right, so you're saying that there's probably other places as well
Oh, I'm sure, but that was probably
Alright.
just like a distribution location for this part of the city.
for the substances.
Uh huh.
All right.
And like I said, that was probably just them trying to take out the people who were trying to interfere with their business,
Right.
which was Latch and the others, like Hooks, and that was why they're trying to kill them, because they were rescuing the kids, because there was the whole thing was they were trying to get the orphans to someplace safe, and they were using the orphans in order to traffic the drugs to the people who, and that was why they had the orphans there, and they were using them in order to kill them because they had the mind control stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's
so
what I
where do we
think.
go next? Because
You gotta go for
clearly,
I think the
Lawson,
best
because-
person is the guy with the mohawk who took Latch's vest, and
Yeah.
we gotta get the information from him, who he works for, if he isn't in charge of everything. But there were halflings both at the diner when we had to deal with him, and there were some halflings here that were trying to kill you, which
Yeah.
means they may have some
I got
association
that.
with. Yeah. Yep. They made a whole mess of that.
Oh boy.
So I think that would be the best place to start, would be that person, unless Larry, who was also there, who knew about this hit that was going to be happening on Hooks, because he knew that the girl was there because he was watching the girl before the girl actually tried to kill the Hooks that wasn't the Hooks because of the illusion of the Hooks.
Chris, let's go. Okay. Go talk to Larry.
Gladly.
And then as we walk down, if we're leaving.
As you open the door
Uh-huh.
and you make your way like into the hallway, at the stairwell, shadowed in the night, is the very like huge, broad-shouldered. This one, very large, about an 8 foot 4 inch frame, You just hear a... And we're going to go to break, but when we do that, we're going to open up the raffle. So if Lauren, if you're in the chat, go ahead and open up the raffle, please. And this will be for a PHB. I feel like you were over here like almost mean mugging me for a second when I went to that.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. I mean, it was just like, because... Anyway. So we'll open up the raffle for the PHB. And that's a very nice headdress, Steve. We will go to break for a little bit. Does anybody have anything before break?
Nope. Like they were doing in game, or
no.
Just like
I got something for when we come back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it cool?
Yep. We can ride it, Grizz.
What?
Oh.
Wait. Okay, I'm so lost.
And so from that, we will be right back.
Did you crit or did you fumble?
It's funny because we were having a conversation earlier about touching on Twitter about touching people's dice, but that one seemed to work out.
Well, I feel like we've been just shoulder to shoulder all evening, so he could totally touch my dice.
Yeah. Nope. Not going there.
What?
No.
Why do I
So
always get stuck in those situations?
Fine.
you got one too.
Yeah.
All right, Grizz.
It's like your fourth 20.
Yeah, I do that a lot. 15.
That's not bad.
12.
Okay.
We're like rolling above average until it actually matters.
It's good.
Then we roll for story.
Roll for
Right.
story.
All right. So when we left you earlier, by that I mean 15 minutes ago, you had come outside of the door after your conversation with Chief Master Inquisitive Hart. You relinquished the young ladies to his charge. You were super excited to meet his attaché. And
They seem shady.
Was in her house name. It's pretty obvious.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
We gotta get you up to
you
speed
should
on
know that.
Yeah. We'll get
Yeah,
up to
you
speed
should
on
know that.
Okay.
If you hear D, basically D anything, that should be a red flag to you because Dick Hanneth.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, I got where he's going there. And then for ear, before last name, IR apostrophe the last name. Mhm.
Yours noble-ish. Dick is house-ish.
Yeah,
House-ish. House adjacent.
house indicative,
inferred.
house inferred. So,
I didn't know that was a house.
well, now you have a name for one.
House deferred.
And that's the ones that are bald.
That was good.
Defeat.
Come on, that was really good.
I like it. That's we're going. I didn't punish him.
It's a fun.
Yeah. See. Thank you.
Hmm.
Mine are too subtle.
Now Rudy's the pundit.
I was in the middle of doing something while we were walking down the hallway.
So yes, you started to. That's where we left out. So you guys started to come out of the doorway, and as you make your way out, you turn back and make sure that Grizz is following you. And when you look back down the hall towards the staircase, on the landing, a large looming shadow, roughly 8 foot 4 inches,
I know that size.
I know that person.
I don't.
said the two people in the hall, or the two people inside the apartment are not in the hall.
I grab him.
You grab Grizz.
Yeah, as we
Okay.
walk. I'm like pulling you along. You're tall. You're bigger than me, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, you got a big problem in your place. Not to judge, but I'm going to judge you real quick. The bathroom is disgusting, and it's not sanitary. You need a woman's touch. I think we should go shopping. You gotta take you. You gotta new things. You gotta cleaning supplies. And I'm just laying into him as we're walking down. I'm like going, just not
Yeah.
paying attention to that person.
Okay. So, did you see them and you're purposely not paying attention? Or are you telling me that you didn't see them, you're going through
I
this?
saw
and then
them.
Okay.
Not paying attention.
All right.
Just na 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 na.
Okay.
Naggy. A real naggy.
Sure. So like as you're kind of like making your way down purposely, nagging at him, nagging at Grizz.
Loudly.
Yeah. This shape ducks under for a second and steps out and you see that it's a Minotaur.
Do I recognize it?
Roll me a history check.
No.
Okay.
Actually, that one. 10.
10. All right. Well, I will give the player the opportunity. As you look up, you notice that this Minotaur is wearing breeches, a large white button-down shirt, suspenders, and he has some red twine encircled around one of his horns.
I really feel like I should know this, but I'm Satine brain damage.
Sure.
Doesn't actually.
That's why I was like with a 10. I was like, because you only met him once, so I didn't push that one. I was gonna let that kind of roll a little bit. Why don't you give me a history check?
I remember who he is. I
Oh.
remember his name. Okay.
But you like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey, last time I saw you, I was carrying you to your room.
Ugh. Thanks, Grizz. I feel like my head's still a little woozy on that. Horrors.
Oh, hi.
Oh, you don't remember me.
Not really.
It's okay. I'm Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Hi.
What are you doing standing around?
Oh, I was on my way to Felix.
Oh, Felix is in his place.
Great. He walks down the hallway past you guys. You watch him kind of like step down, turn down the hall, and knock on Felix's door.
Turn around. That's the other one.
It's open, you can go in.
Yeah, there's no.
Oh, Felix!
Paulie.
Turns in, leans in, comes through the door. Because this is. Are you moving?
But no, not at all. I feel like you need to change. How can I help you?
Why are you bloody?
Long story. I'll catch you up if you'd like. You've got a. I'm gonna get that for you. Could you, like, gesture for him to kneel down and like I'm gonna unravel the piece of string from his maze in his room off of his horn. And it's like, you got that, buddy.
Oh, I wonder which one that came off.
Yeah.
Oh,
It doesn't look too long, so
maybe I'll get lucky and it was just floating around.
doubt it.
Well, I had something that I wanted to show you.
Of course.
Relating to some of our conversations from earlier. I figured that... Where's the big one?
The big one? The big furry one?
No, I passed him in the hall. Mattia.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't seen him recently, but
Oh.
I'm sure he'll turn up. Or not.
I heard he made a promise.
Oh?
The kind of favor.
Oh, it isn't in regards to the person who got hurt, is it?
I mean, how vague can you be?
There was someone that he found and convinced someone from upstairs to fix.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
About on the money?
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be Zero.
Oh, I'm glad you remember names.
You see him actually pull out a notepad. Actually, it's in his pocket. Puts it back. So, would you like to see what's...
Absolutely. Is this private or?
No, I was actually going to invite whomever from the earlier.
In
time.
your room?
Yes.
Your room is a little small.
This room's a little small.
Yes.
You should've
I
been
feel
here
like
earlier.
most rooms are small for you, but let's just squeeze everyone in and see how it goes.
It was
Okay.
a lot smaller when all the cops are in here.
Yeah.
There were cops?
Yeah, you missed
Wait,
that.
I feel like if you want to invite your other friends before they leave, you might want to. It looked like they were on their way out.
Oh, right. Where are they going?
Oh, they were gonna go talk to Featherbrain.
Oh, yeah. One sec. Dash out. Try to whistle for them in the hall. Like, I can't whistle apparently.
We'll
But
play with that.
we'll hope that Felix can whistle.
Okay, so
I hear like a.
you two can roll me perception checks to see if you hear his.
Not even close.
That would be 20. No, not a dirty 20. Yeah.
Sure. So you hear it. You notice that Rose doesn't seem to hear it at all. You can tell that it's from Felix. Do you want to acknowledge it?
Someone step on a bed.
Yeah, I'll look back, I guess.
Sorry, I got
Things are falling.
don't forget that one.
Hey, Chris.
I guess that's.
We real quick before you two go, we've got something to talk about. It might be useful. I don't know.
Oh, all right.
As Grizz and I don't know what's
I come.
Yeah, so I'm got no reason
Great.
to.
Hi, Paul.
I don't mean to keep you from your date. You can go if you want to.
Excuse me?
No, that's not like that.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Lawson.
All right, your place.
Sure.
Wonderful.
He turns around, edges his way out the door, and starts heading back down the hall. You guys make your way to his apartment. He opens it, ducks in. You see the papers, the little balls of paper tossed all over the place. You see another stack that looks like it's a few different folders that he's like still combing through. And then behind him, where his bed should be, you just see an entire wall of makeshift papers, like 3 different ones, and more lines of red, blue, orange, yellow yarn.
Is this a timeline incident diorama?
Yes,
Wow.
I try to be thorough.
What you looking at? Looks like you got a couple of things.
I do. So, before I maybe implicate myself, tell me about the Charn watch that we're making the apartment smaller.
Oh, they were looking here for the results of the fire. They're looking into that.
Yeah, did you notice?
Did you
that
start
there
the
was-
fire?
No.
Okay, then you're safe.
You heard about the fire, yes?
Uh-huh.
So that was a Dream Lily substance den?
Really?
Yes.
Well, not really a den so much as a distribution hub.
Scratches it out.
Was it any evidence of anybody partaking of it?
Oh, kids.
Kids?
Well, they were being subjected, but
So
that's not really like
Subjected?
not really like a den.
As in they were being made to...
We're not sure entirely, but that would suggest. They've been a little loopy. How about we start from the beginning? I'm gonna look around and make sure that the apartment, the door is closed and things like that, just to make sure I feel somewhat secure.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll even say that you do a little circle while you're talking to him, and
Mhm.
you go and make sure that the door is closed,
Yeah.
especially with your recent traumas from Grizz's door. It appears, everything appears to be safe. He kind of picks up on your, he's like, gives a little chuckle, and he's like, huh. You know I checked the place. Absolutely.
Okay. So, so here's what we know. Latch, the death of Latch has something to do with these girls with white hair that may be getting mind controlled by some kind of strain of dream lily. Have you heard anything about that?
When you say, did you say white hair?
Yes.
One of them.
They're not all white haired?
Platinum
Platinum.
Platinum.
is sort of what the
White
people
hair.
are saying.
Sure.
Sure, it's a whitish.
All right, yeah.
And
Not like
What-
Zealand's one.
There was also a similar event that happened where one of these girls tried to kill Hooks.
oh, from the cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't Hooks.
Yeah.
No.
No, it was
Body double.
body double. I'd expect someone under some kind of disguise spell.
Scratches it out.
Yeah, it was a full orc. Mm.
He's very smart.
Hooks does keep orc bodyguards.
Seems smart. All right,
He's
so
a very smart bird.
mm,
Oh.
Losing power.
Yeah, keep going.
all right.
I'm still not certain if it's not the Lords of Dust behind all this.
The who? Lords
The
of
what?
Dust.
What's Lords of Dust?
Lords of Dust?
No, that's the first from you saying about this. So is that a gang or?
Should we know?
Oh. Lords of Dust are the demons that decided to try to invade the realm of all, like,
Oh,
let's
that's
say about 60,000 years ago.
that
They're
didn't-
still trying to get back in, so, they are always trying to take over by corrupting people.
Now they're demons?
that seems a little far stretched.
I didn't say it was necessarily proven, I just said I haven't discounted it yet.
All right. So so we've encountered that. Then just outside, we saw one of the platinum herd girls kind of squabbling or being pushed around by one of the gang members outside at that distribution site.
She was more blonde than platinum.
Now I'm confused. Continue.
So there was that, and then an altercation, a shootout happened, and the building caught on fire. Hence the fire.
So you were involved in that?
No, it just happened to catch fire while we were nearby. Anyway, moving swiftly on. And there was a girl up in the 3rd story window that was also another platinum blonde girl, and she was appearing quite,
Catatonic?
yeah, unresponsive. I tried to charm her with a spell to kind of coax her down, and
A spell?
A spell.
What?
Felix?
What the heck are you talking?
that is a conversation that you and I can have privately another time. I tried to use a spell. I don't think it worked though.
Where did you learn such a thing?
I think I'm a sorcerer.
What evidence do you have?
Magic spontaneously popping out of my hands. Just a thought.
I believe that you used to describe your magic act like that as well.
Sure.
Are you using charm in the...
Yeah, but I have.
He said it was a spell.
You are quite charming. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
It's...
I don't think
Have you been drinking again?
As much?
Unfortunately, not.
Huh.
Regardless, we're getting away from the point. She was very unresponsive.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. And he starts writing again.
Mm-hmm. So she was rather unresponsive. We, as a group, were able to save her primarily through Grizz jumping out of the window. Good job there, buddy. And
She was very suggestible.
yes. Fast forward to a little bit later, really. The Sharn Watch heard about what happened, and we had no less than the local Grand Inquisitor.
Inquisitive.
The Chief Master Inquisitive?
Yes.
Heart.
Chief Master Inquisitive Heart?
Say
Yes.
my heart.
Uh-huh.
He just starts like... You can see that he's basically making like stars around both sides.
Did you know Lady Heart's his sister?
It's
Implied.
yes.
I didn't know
Well,
that.
why would they send him instead of anybody else?
I think he sent himself.
And there was that like
wonder why
Nutella one, that one too.
What?
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh,
Nutella.
I don't
whatever that
like
one
her.
was. Yeah.
Nutella?
Yeah.
Nathella
That one.
Dethrani.
Nutella Dethrani.
On Trust her.
She's
Why have
never-
I
Yeah,
heard
that's
of the
what I
name
said.
Dethrani? Why does that seem to ring a bell with me?
That's one of the elven
Oh.
houses of information collection.
Oh.
They have the mark of the shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cannot be trusted. She's really rude.
You remember that thing that you never got? The dragon mark?
Yeah.
It's like that. But only for us.
I mean-
she's all high and mighty.
Well,
She's
she has a position.
you talking about?
I need a drink.
Me too.
I'm fine.
Anyway, so that is kind of a loose catch up. We feel that. Oh yes, I also own the Old Dominion now.
What?
Yeah. So drinks on me at some point in time.
We
If
should
we ever
probably
this
get there and
sorted
open that up because it's been closed for business for at least a few days.
out. I agree.
Are we here to say
sure.
something? No.
Pretty sure Cad
How-
probably wondering why he doesn't have a job anymore.
Yeah.
How do you own it?
We,
It showed up. The key showed up in the mail, and I went to the vault, picked up the deed, and the deed had my name in it.
You sure do like to just say everything.
He is an old friend.
I'm not gonna tell anybody.
You can't put that in the paper.
He's putting
No.
it in the paper right now.
I am a freelance writer. I am clearly not getting as much work as I need to.
Be pretty good as a bouncer, I bet.
But if anyone comes in
That's
here,
a
they
good-
would
that's
know
a
a
good
lot
point.
of things.
Well, that's why I brought you in here.
Imagine all the things he could hear if he was a bouncer at the Old Dominion.
That is a very good
Oh,
point.
that is a good
Fully,
point.
if you ever want to do some moonlighting as a bouncer, I mean,
Yeah.
I doubt many people are going to pick a fight with you.
That is fair.
But of course, you'd have to work.
I understand your passions, but I'm just letting you know that that is a potential.
You'd have to work for Cad.
Yeah, I mean, Cad's a reasonable guy.
Something could be positive about people seeing me there.
Mhm.
It's a far cry from equality for monsters. Monsters.
Now, that's a strange term.
It's terrible.
Humanoids, at least.
Thank you. Some of your brothers and sisters don't seem to agree. Particularly Miss Nathal.
Oh, I'm not related to her.
As you know, the Old Dominion has a reputation of being welcoming to all shapes and sizes.
I
So.
do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that changes with Latch's demise.
We're very welcome.
Polly, come on, please.
Just had to check.
Fine. I wouldn't be talking about you potentially being a bouncer if.
You might try and keep the livestock outside.
That's
Oh, that's-
not good. No, we
that's
don't
not a
do
good
that.
term.
It's a
He
little
knows
self-deprecating.
that I'm
No, it's
bullying
not a good
him.
Uh-huh.
everybody's so confused.
Huh.
He also likes puns.
Oh.
I get bored a lot. I'm here in my cave.
Oh, we have a very important job to do. You wanted to show us something.
Oh, yes. Well, I don't have to know, I suppose, what you're up to, but I do have some information on some of the things you've told me, if you would like to see.
And this is why I mentioned these things to Polly.
What's
Just-
it?
If you start doing a bit of groundwork, let me know.
Oh, I think I might have unearthed a little more than you were expecting.
Oh, all right. Well, go on.
So, let me just double check our conversation so far.
Uh-huh.
You talked about Nathella.
Uh-huh.
You told me the Chief Master Inquisitive came.
See my heart.
Yeah. Heart.
Mm.
You told me that there were orphans.
Multiple orphans. And they seem to be from different orphanages.
Oh, do you know which ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least 2 of them.
Which one?
Oh.
Starry Eyes.
Starry Eyes and Brass Moon, and they have brands on their feet.
They have brands on their feet.
Yes.
Anthony was from the Starry Eyes.
It's true.
Still don't know who Tawny was associated with.
Tawny?
Tawny was the orphan that was in the situation when Latch was destroyed.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes. Who could do such a thing?
So
Bad people.
I'm counting 4?
3, at least.
So far.
Didn't you say that
4. Yes, there's one at the Old Dominion, one at the
That's Tawny.
Cocoon Saloon.
Yes, her. She's
Then
not with us anymore.
2 across the street.
Yes.
So that's a total of 4.
One passed away.
The girl at the Cocoon Saloon died.
We didn't get her name.
No.
Maybe once I go through the records.
Could check the her dress.
Did she have a white dress as well?
I'll look at whatever evidence comes with it. If it comes through my office, it's not really my department because it's in another division of town. It's a different district.
Don't you all go hang out or something?
No. Nobody really likes hanging out with me.
I like hanging out with you.
Oh,
Really?
that's nice.
Well, I'm here, aren't I? You guys are interesting. I could be somewhere else looking for another job.
Why? You work at the Old Dominion.
Well, somebody hasn't opened it.
Someone owes
We
you some
have
back pay.
Yeah, you owe me some back pay.
That's a cat problem.
Kingpin.
Oh, that's right. You're a kingpin of something.
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, he's a kingpin, by the way, Paul.
If, I'm just gonna try and
Kingpin of what?
put my hand over Paulie's notepad. That was an accusation, completely unfounded,
Kingpin
irrelevant.
Of the Kingpin of the Dream Lily trade.
As I said, I'm trying to stop Paulie from writing anything down on that.
Oh.
Completely over-exaggerated.
I don't even know how that happened, but it's pretty fun.
Oh, because when they arrested him, he had Dream Lily on him.
What?
Allegedly.
How do you
Kind of
allegedly?
have
I
something in
fell
possession.
in. Literally, we fell into a dream den.
You know, a few days ago, maybe a week ago, I didn't even know anything about Dream Lily, and now it's just all over the place.
Yes, we're literally tripping over it.
Well. All right. So.
Oh, and there's green stuff too.
Green Lily.
What?
There's green Dream Lily.
What do you know about that?
It's bad stuff.
It might be what's controlling the girls.
Really?
Yes.
Pretty sure it is.
Yeah, but like,
I have to do
how
some
does
tests.
it work? Because
If it's anything like normal Dream Lily, it probably puts you into a trance state, and then it's highly suggestible at that point. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I have to do some tests first.
Do you have it?
Have what? Tests? Yeah, I got all kinds of tests.
Ah, the green stuff.
I don't have any green stuff on me.
Oh. How are you gonna do a test without the green stuff? It
I
don't
don't
make any
know.
sense.
I'll figure it out somehow.
At this point, I'm going to realize that the satchel is gone. Like. Anyway, that thing that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Okay. Sorry. So Tawny is from an orphanage in the Gate of Gold.
Oh?
It's called Rubble Stone.
Rubble Stone?
Mm-hmm. Then
Where is the Gate of Gold in terms of districts? Upper, lower?
Here.
this one.
Here.
Oh.
This one.
Oh.
Rubblestone, you said?
The Rubble Stone.
Who runs that?
Well, the city.
Oh, it's not a private orphanage.
No, but that doesn't stop it from having
patrons?
Yes. Which I'll get to in a minute.
Oh.
So, beyond that, you said the Starry Eye and the
Brass Moon.
Starry Eye is in the Precarious.
Near the Cocoon Saloon.
And then the Brass Moon is in Old Keep. So we have a couple of very nearby orphanages.
Do you have a map in here, Polly?
I do.
Oh, good. It's convenient.
He points at the wall
All right,
with a
so
bunch of like the little pins.
Where you got a? Can I borrow a few of your pens?
What are you going to do?
Just do you have any ones that are differently colored to what you're using here, just so I can make a couple of notes?
So
I will take them right down.
He wants to put them in where the orphanages are.
Yes.
they're there.
All right, so there's one there in the Precarious, then one in Old Keep, then one in Gate of Gold.
Mm-hmm.
We have had situations in Gate of Gold and Precarious, which is the warehouse district.
Well, where is the Old Dominion?
I thought that was the Precarious.
I will double check.
No, I believe the Old Dominion is in the Inn district.
So the Old Dominion.
Oh, sorry, the OD.
The Old Dominion should be in Old Keep.
Old Keep.
Old Keep, okay.
Right by-
You guys are in the Gate of Gold.
Okay.
And then the Cocoon Saloon, I believe, is in Sharn's Welcome. But I will double check my notes.
Okay.
Precarious is south of Old Keep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Cocoon Saloon is north of the Gate of Gold.
He's got the map right now. And
Yep.
I'm looking at something, so I'm not tracking what you're trying to tell me or ask me.
The Cocoon Saloon is in.
Precarious.
No, we're checking on that. We're checking to see where the Cocoon Saloon is, but I could have sworn it was in Malian's Gate.
Malian's Gate is.
But I could be wrong.
Unlikely. Do.
Well, that's definitely that's a bit more information. However, it probably isn't what you were leading up to, was it?
No.
We keep getting sidetracked.
Yes.
Yes. Maybe it's like a triangle.
So what you'll see if you look at the map is basically a bunch of strings pulling off of different kind of articles and these are all freshly printed articles, like pretty quick off the presses, that are denoting essentially what. Haven't you done with it, or do you want to keep it? Okay. Essentially, like some of the events that you've just talked about. So like the next day releases in newspapers, and what you got from what you kind of see from it is that there is the same color is headed towards all of the orphanages, and it's the red one. There's a red string that kind of like wraps around all of them and then like shoots off towards another piece.
Okay.
And the Gate of Gold is one. The Old Keep has one. There is a pin on the one for Malian's Gate. Like there is a similar pin with the cloth like in that one, but a similar pin there, but there is no string leading to it yet. So the same color pin as the other orphanages, but no twine headed to it.
Okay.
And the one headed to Sharn's Welcome has one, but it's got the same twine around it and a little tag on it. And when you look at the tag, it says deceased.
Which one? For Sharon's welcome?
For Sharn's welcome.
Why does that one say deceased?
Well, the little girl.
The one from the Cocoon Saloon probably got
Yes.
attacked.
All right.
But it's interesting that all of them have the same color hair,
Mm-hmm.
the same color skin.
They all they all appear to be human as well, right?
They are all human.
Well, that's an interesting point, but I'm not sure how that could. Other than just we know the whomever is being used on this. We don't know who is pulling strings, but we know who they target at least.
It seems so.
All right. What was the information that you were going to let us know about? Or you found interesting?
Well, I mean, that alone.
Yes.
But there was. We went around all of the other stuff. Oh, so the fire and the Cocoon Saloon, I think that they might be connected.
Oh.
Because the little girls.
Yes.
The Dream Lily.
Yes.
Somebody thinks you're a kingpin. And each time, noted in the paper, Chief Master Inquisitive Heart has been the one to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this isn't necessarily an oddity, but he usually spreads his time over a good number of cases, as he's kind of like the commissioner of the lower levels. So it's interesting that he would be putting himself at the head of this investigation.
That's what I was saying.
Now, again, it's not incredibly odd, but it's a little odd.
A little odd.
I'm gonna step forward to Larcian and kind of lean in with him with a hushed voice.
I lean away.
Larcian,
I can hear you.
yeah,
What?
just get closer. I'm not gonna touch you.
What?
All right. So, what was it? Do you remember what was written on the letter? How Lady Hart was mentioned in the letter?
I wasn't really given a copy of the letter.
Yeah, I don't have a copy of that right now.
That
So.
was kept by Hamadio.
Now, see, I have a question.
Yes?
You were looking at the girls. Were their hair dyed, or was it natural?
It seemed to be natural.
So either they're sisters getting used.
I don't think they look very similar. They just look more like surface features.
Well, something
They
makes
know,
them-
phenotypes more than actual direct genetic.
What?
look. They look similar.
I think he started speaking Elvish.
I didn't understand it, but I know what you're saying.
Okay.
But no, I think it's just a particular type. Maybe they want to try to confuse people or make you think it's one.
The hair is very specific.
Because if you see everything that looks very similar, you might think it's the same
Yes,
person acting. So,
like a disguise.
manner of speaking, yeah.
Wish we had more time to talk to the girls before those guys showed up.
They weren't very talkative.
No.
They're very scared. It would take a lot of time to warm them up.
Sure.
What if Lady Hart's behind all of this and her brother's trying to cover it up?
You know,
That is what I think too.
Hooks would probably know if he suspects Lady Hart's behind it.
So who do you want to talk to? Because we don't
Oops.
have all day.
Or Larry?
Can we go see
I
that?
feel like Larry's
Yeah,
a
I
good.
thought that we had
situation
something to
to
do up
chase
here
down
that
on.
was important.
Yeah.
I will say that we have connections here, to the surrounding districts, and as we were saying earlier, there is another layer in Lady Hart having patronage to each one of those orphanages.
Are there many left that she has patronage to, or is it specifically these ones?
There's the one in Mallion's Gate called Portside.
Yes. That might be a good place to potentially check out.
And there's one in Greyflood called Starboard.
Starboard?
Uh-huh. Starboard is because it's actually on the water.
Oh, yeah.
But Mallion's Gate is Portside because of the great pirate Mallion.
Yes.
I don't know why they did it. It's just what it is.
Okay.
I've also heard that they have another girl in observation
Besides Tony?
besides Tony.
Oh. So there might be an event that happened that we're not aware of.
Oh, did you not hear?
No.
Perhaps
I've
not.
been busy.
I've been rescuing people from fires.
Well, there were two nobles-ish that were killed. They were brothers, quite large, and they received an inheritance from their parents, but they've been spending enough that should have been gone already,
Yeah.
and it hasn't gone already.
And so what was the incident regarding them?
And both of them are dead now.
And both are dead. Their parents used to own a bar-ish
What does that even mean? Just spit it out.
in the Khalistan,
Oh.
which is the inn district. I say bar because it was part of an inn, but it was the bottom, like it was in the lobby, so to speak, like connected but not a part of the inn.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an event that's happened in the Inn District, which is on that map, very
Yeah.
close to the other ones.
It's just south of Gate of Gold.
So someone's trying to take out all the owners of certain establishments so they can use them as distribution points for the Dream Lily.
Perhaps.
Or are they already distribution points?
That's a good point.
I
What
didn't-
was the
I didn't see
establishment that
any.
just burned?
I didn't see any of that at the Old Dominion through Latch.
But there's a secret doors and stuff that we couldn't get into. I tried.
That had Dream Lily in it.
No, there was just more doors downstairs. Did we go into all the doors?
Mm-hmm. So you think that these are already established distribution centers for Dream Lily, and now there's an opposing group that's trying to muscle in and take it over?
Both.
What was the building that burned down? What was that business before it burned down?
It was just a warehouse. It was like storage for apartment buildings, or at least that's what was registered on it for the building code.
All right.
But I think that you should also be aware that have you heard of Scarlet Smoke?
What is that?
Who is that?
A little bit of a mythical figure, if you will. But rumor has it that this bounty hunter, assassin, whatever you want to call her, is actually Mithella.
Well, that's obvious because I don't know that part. I do. Did she have did she have the pipe when she was picking up the girl? Oh, this is Satine asking
Yeah.
Dungeon Master.
She had a mithril pipe.
Shady girl. Bite.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who smoke.
Yeah.
Something in some letter, something about Scarlet, I think.
What's
Is
that?
just me remembering that. I thought there was something in a letter, something about Scarlet.
I don't know. We'll have to search your apartment for that letter.
Yeah.
I don't know where he keeps all the things.
Oh,
Where is Armantio?
Undercover? After the incident happened the other day?
How well did you actually know him?
Pretty well.
Oh.
He's not my boyfriend anymore.
Hmm.
We came here together.
Okay.
You were together?
Not anymore,
Okay.
but yes.
Not my business. I was just curious. He.
Do you think he's a Scarlet Smoke? Because I didn't see him
Oh,
smoking.
he's not the Scarlet.
Oh, okay.
Scarlet Smoke is a woman.
Yes.
Also
And
not the woman.
I'm pretty sure the sky spells made an orc look like an owl there.
Sure.
A big owl.
it's true.
It's because Scarlet Smoke's woman doesn't mean it's not a sky spell going on.
Also true. Tough to keep up though.
Mm.
So
What?
he had a past.
We both have pass.
Well, I mean, I suppose technically everybody has a past, but on Dare, that's why I asked how well you knew him. I didn't kind of mean how intimate were you. I meant how well did you know of his accomplishments or family life.
What do you do for a living?
It's not anyone else's business, and if you know, you should probably keep it to yourself because it's not anyone's business. Our past is our past.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I mean, if he's here to establish a new dream lily trade.
Wait a minute, is he?
Who, Harmatio?
No, he's not like that.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I mean, if he was,
I mean-
I'd want to know it.
No.
All right. Is there anything really pertinent about Hamadio that you feel that we should know about?
I mean, not yet, but now I'm curious.
I do.
But in the meantime, Scarlet Smoke is dangerous.
Noted.
And
What does he do?
He kills people.
assassin?
That's a big deal.
Runs around murdering people?
I wouldn't necessarily runs around.
That's
Maybe-
not how assassins work.
Oh,
my goodness.
it- maybe Scarlet Smoke's taking out some of the bad guys.
Oh.
People who are setting up these dream lily dens, taking advantage of children.
So you
Hmm.
could say that she's taking out the opposition in the smoke.
Maybe. I would say more
Very
she's
good.
No, it could have been better.
she's being very very vigilant in order to keep things safe. Almost a vigilante.
Wait, so is she a good guy or a bad guy?
I don't know. It depends on who she's killing.
She usually gets hired by nobles.
Bad guy.
But-
Ish.
You just really don't like nobles.
No, I'm just being pragmatic.
Oh.
Anyway, just be careful.
I will not fight anyone named Scarlet Smoke.
Well, if
Defend
rumor's
yourself.
true,
Oh.
it might be Nathal. And from the talks earlier, you didn't think too fondly of her. I'm just saying that maybe you don't want to.
She said something that was very
She
rude.
seemed really nice.
Judgy.
What did she say?
Fairly normal for an elf.
She said, shame. That's it. That's all she said. She looked at me like a, and then said, shame.
That's not very nice.
It's, thank you. It's very not nice. It's judgy. She doesn't even know me.
Yeah, she shouldn't have said that. She should have just thought it.
That is better, yes.
So, in this map that we're looking at,
Mhm.
where is a, of course. So just so I'm aware of the information, which is the orphanage? That's the word I'm looking for. There we go.
Hmm.
Which is the orphanage that has not had an event tied to it yet?
The one in
That's
Mallion's Gate, Portside.
We should go there fast.
So Portside looks like that could be an interesting point to check out.
And I don't think that there's been anything over in the Grey Harbor.
In the Great Harbor?
The That would be starboard.
Oh, you mean Callison's, where the starboard, or sorry. Mwah.
Words.
Says in Great
What time of
Harbor.
day is it?
Still fairly early. It's getting close to time to go to work, though.
What time is that? I don't remember.
Sunset?
I said, okay, so I said Callison, but then I said the water district. That was supposed to be, the water district is also supposed to be Great Flood.
Great Flood.
That's where starboard is. My
Okay,
apologies.
Starboard is in
Yeah, Great Harbor, not Great Flood.
Great Flood.
But yeah, that starboard's over there. However, those are on pretty much opposite ends of the area. Nine Gate's up north, and Great Flood's way over there.
Sure.
It's just on the other side of the.
The way that everything's going, we should. That's the only place that has nothing's
Well, those are the
happened
two
yet.
orphanages, but I don't remember. Was there anything that happened in Great Flood?
Not yet that I'm aware of, but Callison was the one that they found the other young lady at.
Oh, the one that they're currently questioning.
Mm.
We should
So-
probably go.
So Malian's Gate's the only one where they haven't picked up someone who's been associated with that orphanage.
Malian's Gate, and then Great Flood is still one of the ones under her patronage that has also not
Had an association.
had an association. None of the other ones have had two associations.
Correct.
So
So we should definitely at least check out the place that nothing's happened yet.
Sure.
I mean, things are they're moving so fast.
Rose, my question there is, we have a lot of different routes that we can potentially hit. But my question is, if we go to a orphanage in a district that nothing has happened yet, we're just basically going to the orphanage to try and find a girl with platinum hair. That doesn't necessarily.
No, not going to the orphanage.
Well, there's
going to a location.
There's
Rose.
a lot of locations.
Yeah, like
Whole
an
district.
entire district is hundreds upon hundreds of buildings. We
if
would
you
be.
consider the levels, yeah, it's pretty high.
I start looking around.
I think those are all lower level though.
And based on everything that we've been hearing and the threads from all the newspapers, I'm looking for gaps.
gaps.
Yeah, like it's the threads are about things that have happened. So
Mhm.
I'm looking for potential areas, like kind of honing into locations where things could possibly happen, based on all the locations that have had things happen in them, like the Old Dominion and the Cocoon Saloon and like other locations that could possibly be.
Isn't that what we're kind of
Yeah.
trying to put together?
Yes, but I'm actually looking around to see if I can.
Investigate it.
Yeah, like maybe while everyone else is talking, maybe I see something more.
Sure.
Okay.
Because he's been looking at this for a long time, and so maybe a set of fresh eyes might be able to piece some things that he missed.
Okay. You guys are pretty much like from what you can understand here, you guys are pretty much on the right trail. Malian's Gate is the one that's kind of isolated up by itself. And then Grey Flood would be isolated off on the other side.
By the dagger.
By the Dagger River, which is also next to Sharn's Welcome, and neither of those have had anything happen with it. There is the Sharn's Welcome one. The orphanage there is called Red and Gold, and the young girl there, you know what happened to, and she would probably be going through a morgue in Sharn's Welcome sometime soon, if not currently there. So what happened to Latch specifically? Have you found anything else out about that?
I mean, as far as how it died?
Well, I think we know how he died.
Hmm?
But have you discovered anything else?
I mean, we found some information on a piece of paper hidden inside a hidden compartment inside Latch.
Oh, well, that could be useful.
What did that say?
Oh, let's see. I got it here.
Also, he had an old war injury that is what we think might have done him in. He had weaker metal, maybe cheaper metal applied to his skull.
Oh.
Well, skull, head case. I'm not sure what the right term there is.
The bits and pieces on that paper were the dwarf vault.
Oh yeah.
Best is the key to Millie's. Where are the dreams? And birds of a feather. So
The notes. Yes.
Birds of a feather. Okay. That's clearly distribution circles, the Kinku and probably Hooks.
Sounds like song names.
Distribution level?
no, birds of a feather.
Oh! Well, it's code, right?
I think so.
Exactly.
Dwarf Vault.
That's probably the vault that I found the.
That's what the key was for.
Yes.
Who sent you the key?
Oh.
You're not worried about that?
It was just delivered to me. It might have been part of his. I have no idea.
Did you ask the...
No, I didn't actually get it. It just kind of turned up. It wasn't. It was in a parcel and it turned up.
Okay. He sketches that down in his book. What were the other ones?
Vest is the key to Millie's. But where are the dreams?
Yeah, someone stole Latch's vest. That's one of the places that we're gonna try and go and check out.
Right out of the morgue.
You know that Latch used to be a bouncer at Millie's?
Oh, was he?
No.
He was a bouncer before he had the Old Dominion. You're pretty quiet over there, Husky.
Yeah.
Chris is taking notes.
Yeah. Steel trap, this one.
Looks a little rusty.
Don't be judgy.
Gives a carrot.
All right, well, Latch was the owner of the Old Dominion. If you got the key, it must have been purposeful. You'd never discussed anything with him before?
Not really.
That's
If the theory that we're floating is true, then that means that you could be in danger.
more so than when that person tried to kill you.
Did somebody try to kill... Did an orphan try to kill you?
No. I mean, we had some kind of.
Is that what the blood is?
No, it's his.
No, that's my blood.
Well, I mean, there was the person who busted into your.
Yes, there was someone who was trying to kill him.
I guess that happened.
Okay. So
Too
Latch...
mentioned to live. You know how it is. I'm sure he gets it all the time.
So Latch was the bouncer at Millie's for about a year, maybe a year and a half.
And how did Latch come to the bar?
I mean, the person who stole the vest is that Mohawk guy with all the halflings.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of a?
There's a lot of questions happening right now. How did he get the bar?
He was supposed... Well, from what we understood, he saved up for it. They don't necessarily have a whole lot of expenses.
Fair.
Warforged can work more hours than just about everyone else. They don't really need to sleep.
Well, why would he go from being a bouncer to a bar owner?
I mean,
Seems like a natural progression to me.
going
Pretty
up,
good
up
upgrade.
in the world.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you're in charge. You get to get no money because you're putting it all into the business.
What?
Oh, I was just trying to figure out if he was actually making more money. But probably not. It's kind of tough. Put most of your money back into the business so it keeps going. So you might need side business.
That's all you got? I feel like that's the shortest sentence. That's the
Makes
shortest
sense.
run-on sentence you've ever said.
It's because I just thought of it.
It's a good one.
So if Latch was given the Old Dominion and he didn't buy it,
Well, can't we look at the property records and see who owned it before Latch? Somebody in the city hall would probably know that.
Oh, I'm good at one thing.
Singing.
2 things.
Oh, okay.
I can do that.
All right.
Tell me, there's reports of the other orphans being comatose and then waking up and gorging themselves on whatever food is available and then essentially passing out for another 48 hours.
Oh, yeah?
What?
That's what you do.
I wasn't asleep for 48 hours, was I?
He didn't get much of a dose.
Oh.
He did eat like a pig.
You had some?
It ain't all my best days.
Those
Over.
weren't eggs.
Those are.
I didn't exactly choose to. I fell over and inhaled some of the fumes.
Did it make contact with your skin? Wait, it?
What? It? What do you
Green
mean?
lily.
Green? Green what?
Green lily.
Green lily?
Yes, green mist.
It was good. I feel like we need to explain this to me slightly better. So it was green. Lily?
Okay, so here's the thing. Usually, there's the dream lily, and it is blue.
Yes.
And now there's a thing, substance, that is green.
Uh-huh.
Very simple.
It might be that's what's being. That might be the substance that is being used to make the orphans into basically assassins.
There's no reports of green lily.
Well, we're telling you now.
Seems to me it puts them into a trance-style state, and then they're suggesting.
Just like someone took the vest, I think that perhaps somebody's making on the down low.
Do you still have any on you?
Not on me.
Did you check your pants? You fell in it.
Oh, maybe it is.
I'm gonna check on the back of my thing. Like, is there anything on there, Taylor?
It's like a blue residue.
A blue residue? Huh. That's probably not gonna come out. Lotion is blue.
Oh, maybe it's a short-term reaction. And once it gets exposed, it quickly catalyzes and turns back to the original.
Oh,
Oh, that's very smart for the bad guys.
that's interesting.
Could be magical.
Could be magical.
Did I have a satchel on me when I came back?
I don't.
You don't remember?
The dungeon master.
No. That's me asking Rose a question.
That's why I didn't say anything.
I thought, yeah.
Character.
I actually thought so, yes. Yes, I think you did.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. I don't keep track of your stuff.
Lean into one of you two, or both of you. Where's the satchel gone?
Which one?
The one with the green stuff in.
Oh, I put that way safe.
Ah, see? My memory's not so bad.
And Polly's he didn't hear that. He's like looking at the board.
I put it safe.
Yeah, what do we do with it?
Oh, I don't know yet.
Wait, you have the thing I asked you. I asked you a question. You said.
Why are you looking for some of it,
I don't have it.
Holly?
Huh?
Do you think you could do something if you had some of it? I mean,
Oh,
I
no,
just-
that's not a good idea.
Need information. I'm just if you say it's green, I don't. Wait, were you drinking again?
No, this is serious, okay? Don't talk.
I wish. No.
So, did anybody else see it?
I'll have you know, I am.
The green lily?
We saw it.
Everyone saw it?
Well,
Not Rose.
you were there, and Beira was there.
Yeah, it was
and
green.
I saw it, and the little girl saw it,
Mm.
and then you saw it once he threw it to you.
Huh.
In fact, the only person it didn't really mess with was Grit.
How'd you do that?
I think he just got real angry and screamed a lot.
I don't
Oh.
think that's what happened. Maybe it happened.
I guess if you're screaming, you're not really inhaling it, so that kind of makes sense.
Huh. And maybe it didn't touch his skin?
You didn't
I
touch
don't
my
think
skin.
I touched any.
I didn't have any effect by it.
Hmm.
But, well, why are we going down this path? We want to know if it's green because why?
Well, perhaps that's part of one of your answers? Bad dreams? Or the
That's
clues?
what I thought. So, where?
I think I want to rename this stuff. Can we stop calling it Green Lily and just call it Nightmare Lily?
I like that.
No,
Because
that's a little wrong.
having experienced it, I can tell you
What was it like?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
what's
it
it like?
it was really uncomfortable.
I'm so sorry.
Like,
It was a nightmare. It was a very vivid nightmare that made me feel like I was actually there. So
That's not good.
did you do anything while you were in there?
No, nobody made any suggestions. You just sort of kind of time.
Oh, that's good to know.
We didn't want to do anything bad to it.
No.
I'm still confused on why the will or the keys would be given to you, and then
I'm not sure
but
about
your
that.
name was on the will.
It's too. That's neither here nor there.
Well, the twins,
I didn't see him.
What about the
What
twins?
about the twins?
they didn't. They had a will, but apparently it disappeared from the Kundaric vaults. So it's maybe in default or something. Perhaps the city will reclaim it and then
They didn't have their name on the deed or anything?
take it. Their names on the deed? They were the ones that died. It was their will.
Oh, I
One left it to the other, and the other left it to the one.
That's
And they
nice.
That's
probably
not
didn't
very
have an heir either. So
No. They just have lunch a lot.
Lunch with Latch?
Maybe?
So they were associated with Latch and Hooks?
We gotta talk to Hooks.
Hooks would be a good choice.
if we can get even an audience with him, I would imagine his security is a little high right now.
Hooks is in protective cuffs. Did you? Cost.
I'm pretty sure.
Cost.
I wouldn't surprise me. Attempted murders kind of does that.
The Old Dominion or the Cocoon Saloon is not going to be open for a little bit, as far as I know.
So Hooks is kind of cooped up for now.
Mhm.
That was good.
Well, I'll keep on mine.
All right. If you find yourself needing to do any field work, let me know, because this is becoming more and more dangerous, and you're my friend, I don't want to see you get hurt.
Aww.
So, the two
I don't
orphanages.
think many things can hurt a 8 to 9 feet tall minotaur like yourself, but nevertheless, I would feel more comfortable if you find any leads. At least we can investigate them together.
All right.
Yeah, Mallion's Gate and the Great Flood is the two places that we don't have any association with the current orphanages there. So, what locations of there have bars that recently or somewhat recently changed hands?
That could be an interesting thing to look up.
That's a very good loss, yeah.
We could potentially send one or two of us to go collect those records. Another one of the leads is potentially going to talk to Larry. We also have Millie's to investigate. We have the individual orphanages that we could investigate, but I feel like that is
Kind of hard to get into if you don't have any orphans.
exactly. I mean, I could probably talk my way in, potentially being someone that's interested in adopting, but I'm a charming fellow. Don't look at me like that. But I could
That's
probably
actually not a bad idea.
I could probably talk my way in.
I'm not going with you.
Oh,
There's the girls that are at the station. Do you think you could charm your way in, or do you have any of the do you have that outfit that you wore for the party
Oh, that.
2
Wait,
years
that.
ago? The Sharn watch one?
It's illegal.
Well, no, it was clearly a knockoff. But
It was
could
a
be.
costume, Rose. It was a costume.
It might be able to be gussied up a little.
I could probably. I mean,
If you made a couple of them, you might be able to get in and at least see the girls.
that might be an option. Actually.
Do they know you at that precinct?
Me?
Yes. Have you?
He has been arrested there.
Did you get? What?
Which precinct are
He
we
hasn't
talking
been arrested
about?
there, yeah.
I mean,
At least I don't think so.
specifically which precinct? I'm fairly familiar with which places I've been arrested.
You said? Did you say? Bayra,
Bayra.
Eckhouse.
Yes.
That's her precinct.
Got
Whose?
The
Which-
precinct that she was.
I think she was working out of the precinct at Cocoon Saloon.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No. I mean,
Because that's where they arrested him and took him to
that's
that
where I was
precinct.
taken. Because we were close to the Cocoon Saloon, and that's where I ended up.
She was with a Master Inquisitor.
Yes.
Yes.
And his district is that area, isn't it not?
This is from Salvia.
Sure.
Well, he's not
So
the
they
chief
have-
Master Inquisitor.
Yeah.
That's
the-
what Hart seemed to say, at least.
But Master Inquisitor is a lower rank, so he's probably just got one district.
He's got like a section,
Oh.
and then there are other. He does have a district, but that a territory maybe
Oh, yeah?
spans 3 or 4 districts,
Oh, okay.
and then the Master Inquisitive
This is all of them.
uses the information. They report to him,
All right.
Yeah.
and then you have Inquisitives for each one of the actual districts, and then you have detectives and officers and whatnot under there.
So where have you been arrested?
Where do we think the girls are? Honestly, it's a shorter list if we just talk about what district that we want to go to versus the places I've been incarcerated.
Thought we were going to go to the district that was holding the girls.
Well, if you've been incarcerated, perhaps you could alter the outfits to fit one of the others.
I could, or I mean, I feel I can. I've got a couple. I could adjust them up a little bit, and I mean, there's. I'm pretty good with makeup as
Right.
well, so that shouldn't
So,
be too much. of a
If
problem.
it's not you, then I probably wouldn't send the coroner. They might know him. But that's an angle to take. If you're up to it.
You're big like a member of the Watch.
I mean, he's big and brawny. He just has to, grunt a few times, and
Punch some people?
you know what? You're overqualified for a general position within the guard. That might be a good idea.
He's really good at kicking down doors.
Correct.
All right. So that's one thing, possibly.
All right, so we could potentially go to the guardhouse, or
Well, you want to go talk to the girls of whatever their district they're being held in.
Yeah.
We also were thinking about going hit one of the orphanages that hasn't been used yet. Of
that's a
those
long
two,
shot.
Maybe Thiessen can find out which one the girls are at.
Thiessen and Garland.
Or Garland. Garland, sure. Maybe. He might want a favor in return.
True. But if you owe him favors, he won't get rid of you.
Also true. Tend to protect your investment. All right. Well, if Millie's is involved, that might be an angle to check as well. And somebody who's going to look into the yes, the ownership.
The deed history.
Okay. All right.
I'd go look at some bodies.
Can we just go talk to Larry first before we do that?
There's 5 different places that we can potentially go to. I think we can only probably hit about 2 of them a day-ish.
Oh. I think I'm supposed to be somewhere.
All right.
If you find anything else, let me know.
Of course.
Where are you supposed to be?
I have a date.
Well, good for you.
Somebody should be opening up a bar if they own it. Because right now they're putting people out of work, so they're probably getting kicked out of their apartments.
Dad, you have responsibilities now.
Both of you are entirely aware that Can is the one who is Cad is the one who is handling the opening of the floor. He said it was closed. No, I need to find him. However, he's the one who can. He's the floor manager.
Yes.
It doesn't open or close without him actually managing things.
I don't know how those things work. So
Unless
thank
he-
you for instructing us.
Does he have a key?
Yes.
Do we know he has a key?
Yes. He let himself in when we were in.
Yes.
Oh. I wasn't there.
Oh,
Cad lives in Tumbletown.
All the way up there?
that's true.
Wouldn't say all the way. It's just up a flight.
Up a level.
Yeah.
That's a way.
Not the upper, but up one.
Oh.
Lucky.
Hmm.
It's probably more expensive to live up there.
Yeah.
Sure, but
Well,
he
you
does
pay
have
for nice things.
he has a reversible jacket.
When
So.
you have money.
Are you visiting him?
Am I visiting him?
That's another thing we can do.
I would like to.
Well, I mean, it'd be good to let him know he still has a job.
That's a good idea. I would like to go up there to him.
Well,
Well,
just
do we
send a
have his
message.
actual address? Knowing the general district is different from having his actual address.
I would assume it's probably on some paperwork in the Old Dominion.
Sure.
Unless you have it.
Who did his address?
You have all these things. Maybe you have people's addresses.
I've been there. Yeah.
Have you been around his house?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I'm around it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
There we
Follow
go.
him to his house.
It's okay. We won't judge you.
That's what I thought.
Chris tried that. Didn't work out.
What?
Apparently, an 8.5-foot tall Minotaur is more stealthy than Grizz is.
Charnator.
Minotaur?
Won't get it.
But anyway,
Address, please.
he like scribbles it down real fast, hands it off, looks out the window, and he's like, "Okay, go."
Mm-hmm. Remember, smile. Be yourself.
Huh?
There you go.
Yeah.
Now
Laugh at her jokes. Or his jokes.
Huh?
There it goes.
And then he leaves, and you guys are left in the hallway.
Hey, these things real?
No, he like pulls you into the hallway, like pushes you out, then leaves.
Okay.
Then
Shall we?
Yeah.
Ah, jeez. And I.
you start to walk past her.
You
You go,
because she's put her arm out and I just like walk past it.
That's pretty good watch. Yeah, imitation there.
Rose!
Yeah, she knows what it is.
I run after Grizz. I do not want to deal with this.
No.
And we're gonna go, till next week.
5 million?
Yes.
There.
Maybe.
So with that, we'll end on that note there. Hit next week. But before that, can we pull the raffle, if there is one? Because I didn't even see it before. I should have checked.
I did the same thing yesterday.
Raffle, rabble.
Raffle. Everybody hit the exclamation point. Raffle. Let's see if she's in there.
This
If
is,
not, somebody else should be able to do it.
this is for the PHB
That's
This
right.
is for a
Get
PHB.
your
Okay.
friends to play.
Yeah, DC should be able to handle it.
and normal PHB.
Yes. In case anybody
Nickens gonna do it.
doesn't know, a whole lot of things came out. Last week we had the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s of D&D. Those are 2 different books. I said them all at once for no reason. Those came out. Dungeon Mayhem came out, and you can see a how to play that game.
It's a fun card game.
I was in it. It's on Geek Insider.
Alright.
And also, let's see, we've got the Guide to Ravnica, the maps, Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, it's maps and miscellany, and the dice set. Those all came out. We've got Dungeon of the Mad Mage, maps and miscellany, and the Waterdeep dice set all are out.
And the bats.
Maps and miscellany, yes.
So I thought they had separate maps for Waterdeep in addition to the.
No, the
It's all
map of
together?
Waterdeep is in Dragon
It's
Heist.
all in it.
Yes. There's some other things in here.
There's the collector's edition starter set,
That
Mhm.
one.
which
So,
has got this really cool DM screen.
This one. So this is actually only available in game stores.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can only get that in game stores. There is another one, the normal gift set, and it has all of the errata.
Oh, yes. All of the new collector books have the updated, the version 10 of the books.
I don't know what version, but
I think
yes,
it's up to version
updated.
10, and it's got the 3 basic books and a DM screen.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And, mhm.
sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And for those of you who want some new things for the new year for holiday gifts, there's the new calendar that goes up from like September 2018 all the way to the end of 2019. So that's the official Dungeons and Dragons calendar. And Think Geek has ugly, well, it's not even ugly, as knit Christmas sweaters. I bought
D&D
one
Christmas
for
sweater.
myself already.
Which one did you get? The one with the big ampersand in the middle?
The black and red and white one.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I was like, actually, I saw it in our list at work, and I was like, posted it, and then used that link to go buy one.
those are all wonderful things to get for people.
Dungeon Mayhem, I actually is,
It's pretty fun.
yeah, that one I definitely am gonna get a lot of people for.
Dragon Heist is still fun because it's all being played on all the streams still.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the winner, who is Miranda.
Yay!
Manuel Miranda?
Miranda.
Manuel Miranda.
Correct?
Manuel Miranda?
So you are still here in the chat. Go ahead and send a message to D&D. Just
No.
no.
Mm-mm.
Who were you sending it to now?
We have to send it to us.
Oh, okay. That sounds different, but let's do. Send it a message to Maze Arcana. So just make sure that that gets there, and then our mods, Nick and NDC, will also make sure that we get the circle back around, and we'll get that out to you. If you are actually anywhere, what?
If you send it to Nick and
Whispered.
Yeah, any like we've got stuff like that, but Nicken and DC will. Somebody will get in touch with you, or you can message them, and we'll get the situation set up, get the information that we need from you in order to send it out to you.
Yay.
So congratulations. And along with the materials that you guys were talking about, Keith and I are almost finished with More Business Lady.
Oh.
tease.
Tease, man, I'm teasing myself when I like just want it to be done. I'm so excited about it, but I'm also like just really excited to be done with it.
You're streaming?
Stream whatever on my personal channel. Twitch.tv/SigNeutron.
And we can find you on the internet at SigNeutron and all the
SigNeutron.
things too.
Mhm, on all the things.
You can find me, Kyle Vogt, at most of the things, with Kyle.Vogt at Instagram. And of course, you can also see me in Amazon immediate video stuffs if you want to go watch me make fun of myself in a really bad movie.
You can find me at, for the most part, at Yokai Props, YOKAIPROPS, and that's where I do all the Instagrams and things.
At Satine Phoenix on all the things. Tuesdays, Dungeon Mastering. Sirens of the Realms. Here. Twitch.tv/D&D, 7 p.m. Here. And Sundays. And this Sunday, we have Dungeon Master's Guide. And it's going to be our live test of the format with Jason Charles Miller and Lausian. Just kidding, Kyle Vogt. Not in a wig.
Not more in a wig. No.
So yeah, I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. And
Yay!
And if you missed last night's Sirens of the Realm, it is absolutely worth going back and watching. Not to mention you had some special guests that I know that we talked about earlier, but if you missed that when we were, what?
it was a triple whammy. it was a 3-show crossover.
Oh yeah.
It was DCA, C-Team, and Sirens.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
Acquisitions Inc.
Aki C-Team.
Oh, I guess. Oh, I get that
Yeah.
character. So it wasn't VR. It was.
Yeah.
The other B winger.
It was Dravis Beast.
Beastinger. And yeah, so that was a really good one. You should go watch that. And then Girls Got Glory will be on Sunday after the Dungeon Master's Guide,
3 p.m.
3 p.m. So check those out. We'll be getting the rest of the Inkwell, the earlier editions, the earlier episodes up on the D&D website so that it can all be accessed in a very easy one location. And if anybody, does anybody have anything? Oh, you can find me at Rudy Woot on all the things and anywhere that is in Team Phoenix is sold. You. And we'll be back here next week.
Yay! I want to find information.
I feel like you got a lot of information this time.
We
For
did.
more information.
I'm surprised you didn't punch anybody for information.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so scared. I'm really glad I thought of it at the last minute to just hold the door because I would have punched.
You could say that we were really milking Paulie for some info.
And he steered you in the right direction.
I heard what he had to say.
Really trying.
Yeah.
Happy
Wait.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. That's right. Tomorrow. Yeah, let's do this. I'm thankful for all of you.
I'm thankful for you guys.
I'm thankful for all of you.
Yeah, I'm thankful for
Thanks
you.
for coming to hang out with us on Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah.
Make
It's
sure
like
you-
Christmas Eve, but different.
It's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving on the East Coast now, so eat.
Ooh. And make sure you tell your friends, your family if you want to, but mostly friends, how thankful you are for them.
I'm
Maybe-
thankful for you and you and you and you and you.
And all you over there,
all the wonderful people who
all
helped us
you,
make the things.
yous guys and gals over there,
We're thankful for the black magic.
and the Black Magics, and World
Mods.
Anvil, and all of our mods. Oh my
Oh my
god.
God.
All mods.
Like,
Oh my
you know,
God,
people
man.
don't know how hard they work.
No,
Yeah.
they work hard.
Yeah.
They stay up even after we're supposed to be off the air so that they can make sure to clean up after us.
Yeah.
World Anvil, Broken Raven, all of the sponsors that you watch and everything.
Camping coins.
Campaign
Science
coins,
Day.
that's right. And don't forget, this is the last week that you can go get Vlanya. So make sure you
And
knock that out while you've got a little bit of time. And RPG.
Yeah, thank you so much for posting that my face in cartoon form was on the front page of Steam.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
how cool is that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be a very good best friend.
She's like facing its Steam. Well, then again, I think Idle Champions is the biggest free download on Steam.
It is.
It's
It's
the
the coolest, the biggest. So I hope you guys had a good time. I hope that somebody out there is filling out a bovine style conspiracy map because I feel like that would be really fun to see.
Charge on in there.
That's some fan art I'd love to
We
see.
don't have conspiracy rooms in our shows.
You have a conspiracy room?
Yeah, it's Blondie's conspiracy room.
Oh yes, you're right. You're right.
With the red strings.
Uh huh. I'm sure that looked really odd to you. So I guess with all that, we should probably go because we got to start doing stuff for tomorrow too.
That's right.
Yep.
I gotta start cooking.
I gotta get up early and do stuff.
Okay, so let's say that we will pick up where we left off. I remembered we talked about it a little bit at break. You guys did get a long rest before. Even though we picked up from that spot, there was a lot of time in between those, waiting for the girls to wake up or what have you. So you have your full rest in that. And you're going to change and all that other stuff. You guys are heading off. But we have a super exciting visitor coming to see you guys before you leave.
Oh.
Unless somebody sneaks out before
Nah,
he gets there. I mean, is it?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Real bad.
Little bear. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving and holiday weekend. Be safe. Don't get trampled in the stampede of Black Friday. That would be terrible. Wait for Cyber Monday. Just stay home. That's what I'm going to do. Bye.